Thank you, Bess. Yes, 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 yes. We're here to have a good time. We're about to start the last-ish route in 9 R.I.P, so it's a very exciting time. I'm starting my stream way later than I intended to. I got completely distracted watching a TV show for the first time. Or not really a TV show, it's a YouTube show. I watched a YouTube show, and that took an hour of my day away. Also, I woke up late, and you know what? I'm tired. Girl's tired. I slept till 3 a.m. last night. I didn't mean to. I literally looked down and went, what time is it? And it was 3 a.m. So I slept in a little longer than I meant to. But we're back, and I don't know if I'll get through the prologue story for Otherworld all today, but hopefully I can get to like chapter 3. 'Tis my goal. Hello, Sleazy. That's my only goal today. We have to go all the way back here to get there. So we are officially starting the last route, which is exciting. And by route, I mean world route, because it's more complicated than it sounds. So, we're gonna escape for something delicious. I think there's some conversation. I don't know, actually. Do I even need to put prologue? We'll see, we'll see. Alright. I also had my recap. So, the recap I shared on Instagram. I'll post it in Discord too. And then tomorrow, P-Cube is doing announcements. I can't watch it live because I'll be at work, but I will be doing a recap on Thursday morning. So if you're wanting to watch it with me, don't watch it tomorrow. I know it's going to be hard. I'm really excited about it. And we'll watch it together on Thursday. Otherwise, watch it and just watch my reactions. That's okay. It's only going to be about 20 minutes from my understanding. It's not a very long video. I suspect that the stream I'll have on Thursday is going to be maybe an hour. It's going to start at 8 a.m. my time. I'll do math and post that on the Discord too if you guys are wanting to watch. I'm really excited. P-Cube is getting a lot more Otome games than before. They've been doing a lot more, what's that word again? Visual novel games. So I think it's exciting that they're coming out with more. So there's 2 I know for sure that should be talked about probably, which is the Genso Magica and then Bustafellows 2, for sure. Like those ones have already been announced, so I imagine they'll talk about those tomorrow. I'm curious what new stuff they might announce. And I'm going to be so real with you, whomever comes out with my super favorite, a beautiful game that I've been wanting, Reigns de la Fleur, I can't say it right in English, but I will love that company forever. So fingers crossed that someone will port that game. Lurk, hi, Laurel. Welcome, welcome. It's been a minute. I haven't seen you in a while. On second thought, maybe not. This wasn't really something to pray about. This was something I needed to figure out on my own. And so I decided to not pray and just left. As I walked among the... Did my sound get weird? I need to keep up with my Twitch recap. I will post my Twitch recap tomorrow. Like, I'll talk about it tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Oh, maybe tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow morning. It's gonna depend. So my new job right now starts at 8:30. Am I live, by the way? I just, like, everything froze on my screen, so I stopped moving for a second. Am I still live? Yeah, it's still live. Okay. I actually started my stream late for 2 reasons. 1, I was watching a TV show. 2, my internet actually was crashing this morning, so I was like, I'll wait till it stops crashing. And by TV show, I'm gonna call it that. It's a YouTube show, whatever. Yay, I'm still live. It crashed on me for a sec. I'm like, it might still have some issues. I'm waiting to see if I end up having a moment. But yeah, I'll talk about my recap too when I do the video on... Oh, everything keeps getting really shaky on my side. It's making me nervous. I wonder if I need to make sure everything's plugged in correctly. Anytime I stop, I don't know if it stops for you, my sound stops is when I pause. But because P-Cube's only about 20 minutes, I'll probably talk about my recap during that time. And I might have a stream tomorrow morning once I find out if I have a ride to work or not, because I go to work about noonish. which doesn't leave a lot of time for streaming in the morning. And then I get home at like 10-ish, which doesn't really leave a lot of time for streaming at night. As I walked among the stretching shadows, I saw the sights of the city around me. A child running along with her friends, a businessman rushing home, phone in hand, a group of high school boys who looked to be about the same age as me hanging
なあ
around.
なあ、お前ら模試の判定どうだった
Man, I somehow got 195 hours here. Time flies. I don't actually think mine told me how many hours I streamed, if I recall, because I was looking at it going like, how many hours did I stream? But it said how many watch hours I had. Yay, woohoo! I did stream. I feel like I streamed the most I've ever streamed last year. But it says, like, it doesn't tell me, like, how many hours. No, it does. 226. I streamed 226 hours. This does start in December because Winter's Wish is on this list. So December to, like, beginning of end of November. 226. 4.41k watched hours. Like, dang, that's a lot of watch hours. Why is my phone buzzing? I'm getting text messages from Bath and Body Works. Hey, how did you guys do on the practice
いや
test?
それがやばいんだって正銀含めて片っ端から D 判定俺積んでね
Yikes, not so good. I ended up making D on all the questions. I don't know. I didn't know. So basically half of the test.
あそれで勝ったつもりかお前俺なんてほとんどいいだぜなめんな助けて
Oh, you think that's bad? I ended up marking E on all the ones I didn't know. I don't think E was even an option. Hearing those words, I felt a kind of pain in my chest. If only I could be somewhere that wasn't here. It was unrealistic, but still I couldn't help but indulge in the fantasies of other places. Gosh, people be crazy up in here. All right, perfect. Random part. Ooh, I'm here to say I'm on Seiya's chapter 7. Not gonna lie, I was losing my mind during chapter 6. It was literally torture, but Seiya saved me. This is all I came to say. I'll finish his route today because I'm obsessed with him. Well, if you finish his route today, you can confidently watch my next streamish because that's the route I'm going to be going on next. And then Minami, and then Toka. And so my goals. I have goals in life. I'm hoping to get about halfway through the prologue before I have to go to the comics of Samurai. And then after that, when I come home tonight, it's probably going to be 9 or 10 o'clock, but I will be playing Verge for a few hours tonight. Just to get some story done. I'm hoping to get more of Sheen's photos. We only have 2, like 2 or 3. It's very few. Sheen, my love. Yeah, see. I'm trying to do a little bit of everything. My next week's schedule, I have a Christmas party on Sunday that I'm going to, but I will be streaming on Sunday. I keep slacking on Sunday, but I will be streaming Sunday morning for a few hours. So that will be on the 15th. It's probably going to be 9 R.I.P. just because I don't know. I love Verge. I do love Verge. I love my guys. Let's be real. Mathis and Lucas was not our favorite characters to begin with. So like spending my night with Psycho Bunny streams. Yeah, honestly, I want to get to some horror games. Once I get caught up, I feel like I'll pick another horror game to play. I love winding down and chilling. Do you chill to horror games? Because I can play Resident Evil 2 later. Top 5 streamers that I watched this year. Really? Thank you. My top 5, or no, I don't know if I saw my top 5. I think it showed me my top 3 or 4. It was Iron Mouse because I always watch Iron Mouse. One that surprised me was Premiere 2. He was on my list this year, and I don't really remember watching him all that much. But I guess I did. I'm trying to remember who else was on my list. That's kind of silly. Well, I can't remember. Well, I'll talk about it on the 11th or on the 12th. I'll talk about it on the 12th a bit. Because then I'll have it open. I'll have the screen set up so we can watch it. Because I'm already going to have a thing set up so we can watch P-Cube on that day. The moment the voices stopped, my eyes got all blurry and my head shook. Then all at once my world went dark. Ooh, I'm getting teleported. I'm just used to listening to Leah talk. Thank you. I appreciate that. To be clear, Tome was the closest thing I could get to reading books, so have a fun stream. I might play more Seiya's route today. I'm so happy for you, honestly, dude. I wish I wasn't so tired. I would play so much more. My eyes got all blurry and my head shook, then all at once my world went dark. I put my elbows on the desk and laid my head down. Then I found the career path survey that had been on my desk was neatly sliced in two. What? What happened while I wasn't looking? Fearfully, I reached out to touch the paper only to find there was nothing strange about it. Indeed, it was strange that it was ripped on its own, but nothing else was off. First things first, I should probably put it away in my desk. I'll ask the teacher for another copy tomorrow. Actually, I could have just gone to the office and asked for another copy right away. I knew nothing would change by postponing things. Something in my pocket vibrated and I jolted in response. It's just my phone. I took out my phone and saw Mom displayed on the screen. I really don't want to talk to her right now. As I put my phone away in my bag, I heard the deafening sound again. Oof, I heard it too.
極上の闇に誘いましょう。
Please allow me to invite you to the ultimate darkness. My eyes were open, yet my vision was shrouded in darkness. What's going on? My mind went totally blank. I found myself unable to
次
think.
に目覚めた時はどうか逃げないで。
The next time you wake up, please don't run away. Oh, this just reminded me of something. Sorry, because we're talking about the recaps. This will make perfect sense when I say it. They were talking about people's tags, and apparently a very popular tag was ADHD. And I was like, should I be tagging my content ADHD? Would that make more sense to everybody when I go on a tangent and like go off on something? Would you understand better if I had it tagged like that? And dyslexia, would that help people understand when I'm getting so tongue-tied and having to read the same sentence 5 times? There's a reason. I swear there's a reason. The next time you wake, please don't run away. The voice stopped and my thoughts disappeared with it. I know what's happening next because I played the first chapter of every game. Or not every game, every world so far.
ね
Hey,
え、ねえってば、起きてください。
come on, please wake up. The moment I opened my eyes, he's so beautiful. Soon, my darling, soon. The first thing I saw was the face of a concerned young man looking down at me.
よかった。ずっと眠ったままだからどうしようかと思ったんです。
I just turned my sound down and like his fake baby voice, it's like a softer Roddy. It is! Thank goodness you were sleeping for so long I didn't know what to do. What? Why am I riding on a train? The train didn't look like an ordinary train either. It was completely red. And the boy in front of me? Is this a train?
まだ寝ぼけてるんですか？
Hi, I love him so much. Oh my gosh. I guess you're still half asleep, huh? Half asleep. Yeah, I guess so. I remember getting ready to go home. I couldn't remember anything after that.
寝ぼけてるところ悪いんですけど、
Get my glasses.
僕を助けてください。
My boy, my boy. I put on red because it's Christmas time. Hear me out. Although anytime I put on red and my hair is this color, after my friend said I look like thing 1 and thing 2, that's all I see. That's all I see now. Sorry for asking you this. You're still half asleep, but do you think you could help me out? Huh?
僕、成見ヶ浜駅に帰ろうとしてただけなんです。
I'm just trying to get back to Narimigahama Station.
それなのに、こんな見たことないところに。
He's giving I'm just a baby ooh vibes. That's his life. Link! Lurking, but I hope you're having a great day. You too, Link. Thank you. See, the thing is, I've never seen this place before. Never seen this place. Having heard that, I took a look out the window. Wow! What a beautiful sight. Like, look at these buildings. I couldn't find any other words to speak. There were no words to describe what I was seeing, not just the train, everything was blood red. Where are we?
わかりません。僕も目が覚めたらこうなってて。
Just the fact that his default pose is like a scary hand With nail polish, mind you, and I've already talked about this. Tattoos and nail polish, I'm pretty simple, like just little ghosty hand. I don't have long fingers like he does. I can't. A girl can only dream. Ooh, I'm scary. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that's it. That's what he's doing. He's also a fashion icon in this outfit. Like, look at this look. He's got like this slip tie chain around his neck. He's got 2 necklaces. He's got a choker. He's got these horns made out of metal with an earring attached to them that has an eyeball on it, if you didn't notice it earlier. He's got ink on his sleeve. Like, we on Manami's route? Not yet, not yet. We're on the other world chapters starting soon. Right? They don't start until after this, right? It didn't say I was on chapter 1 yet. But yeah, and then his flowers, he's got like hydrangeas. I don't know what those are exactly. Like, he's an icon. He wears heels. He's wearing heels. This man is wearing heels. I don't know. I woke up here like this too.
もうパニックです。大パニック。
Panic! Massive panic!
一体どうしたら。
What should I do? He wears stilettos, not just any heels. Yeah, this man, he's great. He also, and maybe he's a short king, and that's okay with me, because I don't even wear stilettos, because I can't even walk in them, so that's magic. I have tried on like 2 to 3 occasions to wear heels of any kind, even wedges. Cannot. Felt exactly the same way. I wanted anyone to tell me what the hell was going on. Actually, more than that, I just wanted to go back home to Narimigahama. Just then, the train shook violently and the loud shriek of the brakes rang through the car. Looks like we're arriving soon, though I'm not sure where to.
怖いよ。こんな不気味なところに降りたくない。
I'm so scared. I don't want to get off in this creepy place. I felt as though I wanted to cry too, but seeing as the other person here with me was about to cry, I did my best to stay calm. Please calm down. Panicking isn't going to help anything.
ごめんなさい。君は冷静なんですね。羨ましい。
Sorry, you're so calm and collected. I can't help but be a little jealous. Aw. I knew that if I looked nervous too, I'd just make him panic again. So I did my best to smile confidently. He looked a little surprised and then averted his gaze away from me. His thanking pose. Like, ugh. Still, I'm glad he seems to have calmed down a bit. All I could do was hope that the place the train finally stopped at would be a little better than where we found ourselves currently. Just then the train stopped. Bum bum. So quiet. Oh gosh. There we are. Other Realm. Chapter 1. I put Otherworld like a fool. Hang on, I gotta fix that. There I was trying to be proactively ready. I did not do it right. Alright, where are we? Like, yo. I stepped out the train and it didn't look anything like Narimigahama Station I was used to. Everything looked completely new. I couldn't recall ever seeing a station like this on the Narimigahama route. No one was on the platform, and an eerie red light shone through the sky. Girls ignoring the fact that the streets were bathed in red light earlier.
ねえ、ここ変ですよ。僕たち以外誰もいないし。
Also, hats off to this guy, right? He's an amazing actor. Like, oh my gosh. Don't you find this place weird? There's no one here besides us. Oh yeah, my sister was making a thing and putting pictures on it, and she put a picture of Peter. And I was like, could you put someone else? And she's like, why? I'm like, I don't want to look at him. Don't you find this place weird? There's no one here besides us. The platform was dead silent. All we could hear were our breaths, tight with anxiety. He gripped my sleeve tightly. I could feel his thin fingers trembling. You don't have to be so afraid. It'll be okay.
でも、
But sounds like a little bit like Chi. First things first, we should figure out the name of the station. I looked around until something caught my eye. No way.
どうしたの？
What's the matter? Nervously, I pointed towards a nearby sign. On that simple sign was written the station's name. Kisaragi Station? Nothing here seemed familiar, but I'd heard that name of the station before.
聞いたことない駅ですけど、知ってるんですか？
I've never heard of this station before, have you? Also, I didn't notice this until now. One of his eyes has like a white rim around it, and the other one's just red. There's no white. Does that make sense? Like, what? Why? You've never heard about the urban legend of Kisaragi Station? Sayaka had told me this over and over.
如月駅は異界に存在すると言われている駅。
Kisaragi Station is known to exist in the other
如
realm.
月駅の正体は明かされていなくて、ネットではいろいろな考察がされているけど、怖いところは
Truly knows where it is. There are various theories online, but the most
一
scary
度降
is
りてしまったら生きては戻れない。そう言われている。
once you leave that station, you will never return alive, or so the legend says. That's the rumor, anyways. Kisaragi Station, urban legend. An urban legend famous online. It's a fictional train station located in the alternate world. Some claim to have actually gone there, which led to the rumor spreading online, which makes no sense because they say you don't leave there alive.
そんな。
What? His voice choked softly, barely audible.
嫌だよ。それじゃあ僕たち帰れないの？
No, this can't be happening. Are you saying we're trapped here? Well, that's what the urban legend says. Maybe there really is a Kisaragi station somewhere, one that we just didn't know about. Also, is his hair cut like Maro's? It's like uneven on one side. Is that his parallel? Even as I spoke the words, I knew that was unlikely to be the case.
でも、都市伝説と同じ駅名なんて絶対におかしい。
A station with the same name as a legend? That's too bizarre.
こんな変な景色見たことないし、異界って言われた方が納得できるよ。
I've never seen anything like this. It's like we stepped into another world. I was at a loss for words. I hoped it was a mistake or perhaps even a dream. But the lukewarm wind on my face and the unnatural glaring red light, it all felt too real too present.
どうしようどうしようどうしよう。なんでこんなことになっちゃったんだ。
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I can't believe this is happening.
ただ電車に乗っていただけなのに。ただ家に帰りたかっただけなのに。
All I did was get on a train. I just wanted to go home. His voice echoed, distant and forlorn. I feel so dizzy. I can't even recall getting on the train. I was at school ready to leave. My mind struggled to retrace my steps. Wait, I was about to head home, and then what happened? The next memory eluded me. This isn't the time to be thinking through all of this. Are we sure? We have to get home.
わかってるけど、
I
どうやって
know.
帰るのさ。
But how? A train? We're at a station, right? All we have to do is find another train to take us back. A sense of dread crept over me, but I shook it off and turned around. The train we arrived on should have still been there, but
さっきまで電車あったのに。
the train, it was just here and I didn't hear it leave. But now there was nothing, just a void illuminated in the crimson glow.
もう終わりだ。
We're doomed. Me and my soul. A single tear ran down his
僕
cheek.
たちどうやっても帰れないんだ。
There's no way back. His eyes brimmed with tears and he began to weep. As I watched him panic, I felt a chill run up my spine to my head. If I lose my composure now, everything will be alright. Please, don't cry.
そんなこと言われても。
You say that, but... I like the music change into, hey, let's be enthusiastic now. We'll go here. Oh, he liked that. Okay. My bad. Whatever. He can like a couple things. It's fine. I pulled out my handkerchief and gently wiped away his tears. Come on, crime won't do you any good. If we get too negative, we'll only fall into despair. Get a hold of yourself. Wait, do we have a... I forgot. Oh yeah, we have a sanity bar. The delightful cosplayer. Hello, Muma. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Yes, we can go insane in this one. We missed this one in the last one because we didn't go to a crazy world. Yes, it's scary, but we've got to do our best to stay positive, okay?
そうかも。
You might be right. Maybe. Absolutely, I'm right. I mean it. It's not like we're dead. It's not like we've been spirited away and I'm a corpse in a school or something. Despite my words, I wondered, could we actually be dead? What if there had been some terrible accident? What if I had died and this was the next life? The thought was chilling, so I pushed it aside and focused back on him.
ありがとう。やっぱりあなたは素敵な人だ。
My sweet little boy. Thanks, I had a feeling you were nice. Guess I was right about you. Oh, you really thought that about me? His tears had stopped and his eyes sparkled.
電車の時から冷静でかっこいいなって。
I just noticed how composed you were on the train. I was impressed. Hee. Oh, you think so? Truth be told, I'm nervous too, but seeing him perk up is a relief.
もう大丈夫。二人で帰る方法を探そう。
I'm okay now. Let's find a way back home. Sure. Now that I think about it, I just realized I haven't introduced myself yet. In the midst of all of this chaos, I still didn't know his name. I'm Leah, and you are?
僕は南だよ。よろしくね。
Minami. It's nice to meet you, Leah. He extended his hand, which I shook, then his face lit up with a
ねえねえ
smile.
君も成見ヶ浜が地元？
So you're from Narimigahama too, Leah? Yes, I am. I assume you are too, right, Minami? You mentioned heading home to Narimigahama earlier.
さっきまでの僕は忘れてください。取り乱しすぎて男として恥ずかしい。
Please forget about how I acted before. I totally lost my cool, and as a guy, I can't help but be embarrassed.
というか、その制服って成見ヶ浜高校のだよね。もしかして17だったりするかな？
Look at his deduction skills. He's so good at this. That uniform's from Narimigahama High, right? You must be in your late teens, right? Yes, I am. Are you around the same age, Minami?
うわ、すっごい偶然。地元が同じで年も同じなんて。
Yeah, wow, what a coincidence. We're from the same age and from the same town. Yeah, but how long have you been this age?
親近感湧いちゃうな。仲良しになれそう。
You suddenly feel so familiar. I can see us becoming good friends. I think so too. I'm relieved we have something in common, but at first he was so upset, but now he's all smiles. Although we met under strange circumstances, I was quite glad not to be alone. And I hit the wrong button. Yeah, I know, right? He's the look. He definitely stands out in a crowd.
どうしたの？
What is it? Nothing. I kicked the desk. It's nothing. What do you say? Should we try heading out of the station? I quickly tried to let go of his grip.
どうしたの？
Is something wrong? It's about hard to walk if you keep holding my hand.
不安だから繋いでいてもいい？
But I'm still scared. Could I hold your hand for a little bit longer? Minami, please. Oh. I hadn't noticed before, but his fingers were still shaking slightly. I thought he was okay because he was smiling. Of course, I'm still a bit scared too. Let's keep holding hands for now.
君って優しいね。心が温かくなるよ。ありがとう。
You're really kind, Leah. You give me so much comfort, thank you. He smiled and nodded. He gripped our hands. Oh goodness, I can speak. We gripped our hands together more tightly and started heading towards the exit. There's those stilettos. Look at his shoe booties. We walked hand in hand. I could feel my heart racing with every step. Why are you smiling like that? I thought I'd hit it well, but I guess my grin gave it
ご
away.
めん。こうやって笑っていれば怖い気持ちが薄れる気がして気持ち悪いよね。
I thought smiling might help ease the fear. I hope I'm not making you uncomfortable. Not at all. Hey, maybe I'll try smiling too. Leading the way, she smiled so courageously earlier when she said it's not like we're dead. That really cheered me up. She tried to hide it, but I could tell she was still struggling
君って
inside.
すごいね。
You sure are impressive. She turned her gaze to face me, which caused my heart to stir. What do you mean?
君のおかげで僕は救われるなって。
I feel like you saved me back there. Oh, you're just saying that.
大げさなんかじゃないよ。
No, really,
本
it's
当のことなんだ
true.
から。
Well, I guess it makes me happy to hear you think I've done so
二
much.
人離れずにいようね。離れたら不安だから。
Let's stick together, Leah. I'd worry so much if we got separated. Definitely. I'd feel so anxious if I were here all
そ
alone.
れならよかった。
I'm glad to hear that. That's right. That's right. Don't make me feel anxious, Leah. Don't make me feel anxious. Oh no.
あ、よかった。 人がいるよ。
Look, there's someone over there. Yeah, I see them. We spotted a few people wandering near the station, but their presence didn't comfort me at all. This place definitely isn't normal. I'm feeling all discombobulated. Gazing at the sky, the moon shone an ominous red like blood. No normal person would be able to walk around in a place like this and be unfazed by it. Are they even human? From a distance, their figures seem distorted.
ねえ、話しかけてみようよ。
Should we try talking to them? Maybe we should just head back to the station?
え、でもまたあそこに戻っても意味ないと思うけど。
But why go back there? It's pointless,
だっ
right?
て電車はもうないんだよ。
Besides, the train's already gone. I know, but everything inside me was screaming that this place was dangerous. Maybe it's safer to wait inside the train. The train might come back after all.
あ、
When Nami's attention suddenly shifted, I strained to see what he caught his eye. My vision blurred. I tried to escape with all of my strength, but then... What's that smell? Something's wrong. My mind felt numb and I felt my consciousness rapidly fading. Overwhelmed with drowsiness, I found myself unable to stand. Nami.
ねえ、起きなさいってば。
Hey, wake up! I know that voice.
やっと起きたのね。お休みだからってだらしないわよ。早く起きてご飯食べちゃいなさい。
I didn't register this last time, but the window they're kissing in front of is that window. But it made it look it was on the bed, which means they... wait. Finally, you're awake. You don't really intend to spend your whole day off sleeping, do you? Come on, breakfast's ready. Was it all a dream?
あら。寝ぼけているの？
You're still half asleep, aren't you? What a relief. Sighing, I saw my mom chuckle even more.
まったく仕方ない子ね。悪い夢でも見ていたの？
What are we gonna do with you? Did you have a nightmare or something? Huh? I thought I was speaking to my mother, but it was my sister standing
あ
there.
ら、顔が真っ青よ。そんなに怖い夢だったのかしら。
Your face is totally blue. Was that dream really that scary? Her face and voice were my sister's, but her words felt eerily like my mom's. Then it hit me. Am I still dreaming? I pressed the A button. Oh my gosh, I was stunned at the entire scene shifted. What's happening? I don't know, but it's beautiful, right? A strange mystical space unfolded before my eyes. A shadow loomed in the distance. I squinted, trying to make out its shape. Ah! Suddenly, it was right in front of me. I can't breathe. It felt like an invisible force was choking me. I was paralyzed. My body seized up with
す
pain.
ぐに来られなくてごめんね。俺がいない間、幸せな夢でも見ていたか？
sorry I couldn't get here sooner. Did you have pleasant dreams while waiting for me? It exuded an aura of despair. The way he spoke filled me with dread and
やっ
fear.
とここで会えたね。
We'll finally meet here, Leah. Who? I wanted to speak, but my lips couldn't move. Truthfully, I didn't really care who he was. I was just desperate to escape
俺
this
を
place.
受け入れれば苦しい思いをしなくて済むんだが、まあ今は無理か。
If you'd let me in, you wouldn't suffer, but I guess it's too late for that.
如月駅に来てくれてありがとね。やっとお前と話すことができて嬉しくて興奮しているよ。
Thanks for visiting Kisaragi Station. I'm thrilled to finally get to talk to you. How does he know me? Who is he?
ああ、そうだった。自己紹介をしておこうか。
Right. Introductions first. I can do that. I can talk gravelly. I was silenced, but it seemed like he was able to read my mind. His response caught me off
俺
guard.
はムマ。人間の夢にだけ現れる存在。そして、
I'm an incubus existing only in dreams,
お
and
前に魂の契約を願い出るものだ。
I wish to form a soul pact with you. Incubus? A soul pact?
もっと早くに契約をしたかったんだが、お前が写し世にいる間は叶わなくてね。
I wanted to make a pact sooner, but it was tough while you were in the mortal
お
realm.
前には死神のようなうざったいものがついていたから、ずっと手を出せずにいたんだが。
A pesky god of death was shadowing you, preventing me from getting close, but now...
この地獄だけは神の力が及ばない場所。ようやくお前と契約を交わせそうだ。
It seems that in hell I found a place that even the gods' power can't reach. Finally, we can make our pact. Hell? A god? What's he talking about? His words were a barrage of nonsense I struggled to follow, overwhelmed by my head. My head just couldn't keep up. More than anything, it's also painful. I felt like succumbing to the agony.
ああ、死にたいのか。
I made it! Hi, Ray!
もう少し遊びに付き合ってもらうよ。
You wish to die already? Sorry, but you're staying with me a bit longer.
ずーっとお前に会いたかったんだ。戯れる時があってもいい。
This voice, yeah. The one we've been waiting. Oh, I've been waiting. The one I've been waiting for. And it's not even the route we're going to be on. I've wanted to meet you for so long. Let's take things slow.
それに、あっさり奪ってしまえるほど俺は薄情じゃないからね。契約を交わすのはそれからだ。
It feels like Tyga's just whispering in my ear right now. I'm not heartless enough to just steal you away after all. We can always make our pact later. Hmm? A floral scent filled the air, drawing my consciousness back to the
そろ
surface.
そろ時間か。
It's very nearly time.
面白おかしい遊戯を俺は好む。楽しもうね。
Like, you would never guess he's actually a cute cinnamon roll. I like both. I like his duality. I just love our thrilling little game. Let's have some fun, Leah. With that, the entire entity vanished. I felt like I was rising, emerging slowly upward, like from the bottom of a deep pool. I felt my consciousness slowly returning to me. And then a light appeared. The first thing I saw was the blood-red moon in the sky, bathed in its glow. Is this a new dream, or... I felt a hard, cold surface beneath me, yet there was some warmth there too. I felt an odd sensation on my hand as well. Turning my head, I saw a man I didn't know. He was... Huh? He knelt on the ground and cradled me gently, disregarding how he dirtied his clothes. His fingertips... And then his lips slowly traced the back of my hand. Uh-huh? Look at him. He's so cute. I tried to pull away, but I was still weak from having just woken
よう
up.
やく起きたのですね。ほっとしました。
You're awake. I'm relieved. Please let me go. He continued kissing my hand, glancing up at me as he did so. His white hair fell over his eyes, revealing a handsome, cold expression through his bangs.
静かになさい。
My body is
あの
ready.
者が触れた箇所を浄化している最中なのですから。
Quiet. I'm purifying where he touched you. Purify?
ああ、これは別に恋愛的なものではなく、あなたのためにしていることなのだと理解しなさい。
Please don't misunderstand. This isn't romantic. I'm doing this for your own good. What's he talking about?
そろそろいいでしょう。
You should be better now. I do appreciate still that they do the back of her ears and her ear ring studs. Like, what an idea. He stopped kissing me, then gently helped me sit up.
浄化完了です。お疲れ様でした。
I have finished the purification. Thank you. I was confused, but given the fact that he was helping me up, I decided to it best to be polite and thank him. That's right. Where are we? The person I was with, where is
落ち
he?
着きなさい。順に説明しますから。
Calm down. Please allow me to explain. He cleared his throat in preparation before speaking.
ここはヘルオーガニゼーション東日本支部。略称を HO と言います。
Hi, Jay. I'm here for the spice. We're early. The spice. Actually, you know what? Seiya, in every single time he shows up, he's just a little weird. So maybe this will get spicier early on. We're at the Hell's Organization Eastern Japan branch, or HO for short.
私は HO で大看守として働いています。聖夜と申します。
I'm the Grand Warden of the HO. My name is Seiya. What was that? Eastern Japan branch of what? Seiya grinned.
ヘルオーガニゼーション。あなたにも分かるように言うならば、汚れた死者を迎える場所、地獄です。
Hell organization. Think of it as a place for the dead who have done evil things in life. It's, well, hell. Did you say what? I desperately hoped I misunderstood.
ですから、地獄です。生前罪を犯した魂がここに落とされます。
He tires of repeating himself a fourth time. Call it the HO. Call it the ho. I get it. I understood afterwards. Hell, this is hell. The afterlife for sinners. Hell. We don't do flashbacks even if it's hot. My dream also mentioned hell. I tried to pull off his haircut before. Oh. Ah, the good old emo days, right? I mean, just jagged corners all the time. It seemed too odd to be mere coincidence. I can't believe hell really exists, but the atmosphere here was intense. The sky was a deep crimson with a blood-red moon glowing ominously, so I really am in hell. In that case, am I dead?
いいえ、あなたはまだ生きています
Actually, you
よ。
know what?
あなたの名は死者のリストに載っていませんでしたから。
I think I had this cut too, only without like the way it's in the very, very front. Does that make sense? The very front isn't the same, but I've had that like where it's longer in the front, shorter in the back. The neon flux. Is that the name of it? Haircut. The mirror's edge haircut, if you will. You're still alive. Your name's Leah Ishiki. It's on the deceased list. Seiya gently touched my hand
それ
again.
に、あなたには聖者にしかないぬくもりがある。
Besides, you have a warmth about you that only the living possesses. He then placed my hand back on my lap.
申し上げておきますが、フルネームを知っているのはあなたを付け狙っているストーカーの類。
To clarify, I know your name because I'm a bit of a
という
stalker.
わけではなく、HO の大看守として調べさせていただいたまで。
Choppy curls. See, I don't have naturally curly hair, so mine's just the straight, not the curls, but I did the short in the back, long in the front, at an angle before. I'm only joking. It's all part of my job at the HO's as the HO's Grand Warder. Nothing
く
more.
れぐれも勘違いなさらないでくださいね。あなたは私のタイプではないですし、それに
Don't get the wrong idea. You're not my type, and besides. Everything's frozen. On my side, at least. Can you hear me? I have a feeling your type is gonna change. This is the second time. I don't know if you guys are seeing it. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing it when it happens. My internet got choppy this morning, which is another reason why my stream started later than normal. One of the many reasons, besides me watching an hour-long video and getting up late. I tuned him out till he lost in thought. Wait, if I'm alive, then why am I in hell? Seiya looked at me sympathetically.
あなたを助けたとき、あなたは悪魔に抱えられていました。きっと悪魔に心を奪われ、さらわれてきたのでしょう。
I found you with a demon who had apparently stolen your heart and abducted you. A demon? Seriously? His words were so unexpected I merely stared back at him speechless. A demon? Like a demon?
知力が低い質問ですが、そこは目をつむりましょう。
I don't understand the question and I won't respond to it.
悪しき存在として、あらゆるものを惑わし、災いをもたらす。それが悪魔。
It feels like when someone asks me a question, I answer the question and then they repeat the question again and then I answer the question the same way and they're like, oh, why are you saying the same thing? I'm like, because you're asking the same thing. Vibes. Fine. Demons are malevolent beings. They bring calamity and deceive people. And demons really exist. It was hard to believe, but standing as I was in hell, perhaps I had to reconsider everything. Alright, so I guess I have to accept that demons are real for now, at least. But I wasn't abducted. I was with someone after I left the station. That's right. Then came the flowery scent and I passed out. It's strange, but I suddenly became drowsy and the next thing I knew I was here.
その一緒にいたというのが悪魔なのです。
That person you were with was the demon. I can't believe that. You seemed so...
南。そう名乗ったのではありませんか？
Did he call himself Minami? Yeah!
南のそばにいたら眠くなって倒れた。おそらくあれの放つ甘ったるい匂いでも嗅がされたのでしょ
You
う。
became sleepy near Minami, right? The scent he emits can be quite intoxicating.
そして夢へと誘われた。無魔が出てくる悪夢を見たのでは？
You lured you into a dream, and let me guess, you had a dream with an incubus. He was dead on. I quickly fell silent. It was clear he wasn't joking, which only made me more anxious. Minami's a demon. I couldn't get myself to accept that. Did you capture Minami?
いいえ、暗滅することは容易ではありませんから。あなたを救出した後、さっさと離れました。
No, he's not easily destroyed. Once I rescued you, he hurried off, which means he's still out there. Okay. Our goal for our first round is to get Seiya to fall in love with us. So I don't believe you doesn't sound entirely right. As I processed Seiya's words, the idea of Minami being a demon lingered. Ah, man, it wasn't the right answer. I don't know. I had just met Minami, but he didn't seem bad to me. In fact, he seemed stylish. I'm like, he probably shouldn't be painting his bathroom black by himself. He's getting it everywhere. I understand you're telling me this because you're worried about me. But I need to see Minami and ask him myself. I won't believe it otherwise. Although I just met Manami, I couldn't bring myself to believe he was evil. On the other hand, Seiya had told me all of this, and he didn't seem evil either. One of them is lying to me, and that I can't stand
あ
for.
なたと南の関係がどれほど深いものなのかわかりませんが、私に対しては上出来でしょう。
Your caution is good. I don't know how deep your bond with Manami is, but I think your attitude towards me is correct. To be clear, I just met Manami today. And technically I just met you today. And I'm trusting you both pretty blindly. Huh?
ここでは関係が浅い相手にはそれくらい警戒心がある方がいい。そう、褒めているのです。
Being careful with strangers is wise, especially in a place like this. I commend your wariness. Thank you. I didn't know how else to respond, but his praise felt strange since I was doubting his story.
そうと決まれば、南ともう一度会って確かめてきなさい。
If you're set on it, why not confront Manami?
私か、南か。信じるのはあなたの自由ですが。
It's your choice to trust me or Manami, but remember,
私があなたを手助けするのも自由。もし南の側についたとしても、いずれあなたをさらいに行きましょう。
ominous. I will help you on my own volition, even if you choose Manami, I'll still come for you. What do you mean?
決まっているでしょう。移し終え返すのですよ。
Isn't it obvious? By returning you to the mortal realm. I've heard that term before. What do you mean by mortal realm?
聖者が住まう世のことを指します。厳密に言うと、死者も霊としていますから、聖者だけの世ではありませんが。
It's where the living reside, although the dead exist there too, just as ghosts, so I suppose it's not just for the living.
というわけで、早速あなたの一助となりましょう。
That said, I'd like to help you. He approached a nearby tree and placed his hand on it. As he did so, a white petal began to flutter its way down to him from the tree. The whole thing looked like magic, and I watched, dumbfounded by it. Seiya then took my hand and gently laid the petal in my palm.
これは、汚れを跳ねのける力があるカリファの花。一度だけ悪魔からあなたを守ってくれるでしょう。
This is a Khalifa flower. It purifies corruption and will protect you from the demons one time. The petal seemed to glow in my hand, filling me with a strange sensation. How does it protect me?
南に会えばわかります。
You'll understand when you see Manami. Listen, that's crazy.
ですが、あなたの心はあなた次第。悪魔に翻弄されることがあれば、あなたの精神は確実に狂っていく
Do I
でしょ
go
う。
insane if I fall in love with Manami? I accept. Cauliflower is so protective. Oh gosh. That's why it's great to have stews from time to time. Remember, your heart's strength matters. If you let a demon manipulate you, your mind will start to
今か
unravel.
ら言うことをよく覚えておきなさい。 悪魔に勝つには心を強く持つことです。
Remember this, a strong heart is key against
弱さを見
demons.
せてはいけません。
Never show your weaknesses to them. That would be my ankles and my knee. I'll be careful.
それと、道案内がないと不安でしょうから、これを。
Honestly, she's crazy in everyone's route. She doesn't go crazy in Yukonami's or Koharu's route, though. She doesn't have a sanity bar in that. Does she make good decisions? That's not what we're talking about. But she doesn't go insane. She doesn't turn into a wraith. What else happened to her when she went insane? She turned into a wraith. What did she do in... I forgot what she did in the ghost stories one. She died? I think she just died. She just died in that world. She got weak and died. And since you're unfamiliar here, take this. He handed me something from his pocket. A device I recognized immediately? A smartphone?
写し用のものと似て非なるものですが、地図アプリやメッセージアプリなどが入っています。
It's not like those in the mortal realm, but it has maps and messaging capabilities. I never expected smartphones to exist in hell. I was curious about how the device functioned, but I knew now wasn't the time to ask about it. Right now, in the middle of hell, I shouldn't ask how it works. Seiya showed me how to use the device, and I bowed deeply to thank him. Thank you, I'm grateful for your help. I'm really glad I met you.
出会えてよかったなんて。
You're glad to meet me?
そのようなことを言われたら、運命的な何かを感じて胸が高鳴ってしまうではないですか。
Not me immediately checking out his music playlist, Seiya's. You keep saying things like that, and I'll get the idea that we were destined to be together. You'll make my heart flutter. Under the red moonlight, his face seemed to glow as he blushed. Excuse me?
好意を持っていただいて嬉しいのですが、私を超えるスピードでアプローチされても戸惑うけれど、それもいい。
I'm surprised you're warming up to me so fast. It's unexpected, but I like it. Wait a minute. I think there's been a misunderstanding.
強がるのもまたいいことです。
Yeah. It's okay to play hard to get. I knew there was nothing I could say to convince him otherwise. He's still my favorite side character in Koyo's route when he's all like, sorry, it took me a while because I ended up throwing all the papers off my desk at how cute you guys are. I'm like, oh god. 5 seconds ago, we weren't his type. Now this. Oh my goodness. I knew there was nothing I could say to convince him otherwise. Well, I'll return the smartphone to you later, okay, Seiya?
せいやさん。
Seiya. What now?
名を呼ばれると心がぐっと近づいたように感じて。
Just hearing you say my name makes me feel like we're growing closer and closer. He's the type of guy who just like watches rom-coms in his room all night. It's just like rom-com after rom-com. He's like, whoa.
まったく急に呼ばれると
This came so out of
ドキドキが
nowhere
止ま
for
らない
me.
ではないですか。私の名を呼ぶときは気をつけるように。
He's a dede though, right? Isn't that kind of his type? He's a dede. He's just a love. He loves love. As my heart races when you call... my heart races when you call up my name like that. You'd best be careful moving forward. I'll be sure to be careful. Anyways, I better get on my way. And I ran. Overwhelmed by Seiya, I quickly fled to escape the awkward situation.
あ、待ちなさい。まだ。
Wait, I haven't...
ローブを持たせようと思ったのに。
The Lulu dede.
追いかけるつもりだったからちょうどいいか。
Oh man, wait. Delulu Dede is definitely Gil. Hang on, what was Gil's type again? Mega Dede? Mega Dede. Delulu Dede and Mega Dede. Like if there's a graph like this, they're like intersecting. Gonna cough. I wanted to send her off with a robe. Oh well, I planned to follow her anyways. He said calmly. Scary Joker. Look at his shoes! After partying with Leah, I informed an HO member I was heading out and followed after her. Walking through HO's vast buildings, I could only sigh.
どうして聖者がまたここに。
Another living soul here. As a reminder, if you guys don't remember, in School Ghost Stories, our beautiful girl, Yui, was spirited to hell prior, and she died in hell. And Seiya was the person who had helped her. Minami has the best shoes. I agree. Minami does. And Seiya was the one who helped her, but ultimately, despite his help, she still died in hell, and never got to return to the human realm. So that's what he's referring to here. Oh, never mind. He's literally going to tell us right after I say that. This is just like what happened the other girl 70 years ago. Something about Leah reminded me of her. Back then, I was inexperienced and I fell to save that girl. I wouldn't let it happen again.
必ずお救いいたします。
I promise I will save you. I muttered quietly more to myself than anyone else, and I quickened my pace. Did Manami have a crush on Yui? Just curious. Just curious. That's why he's so obsessed, yeah. He blames himself for Yui's death. Ultimately, Yui tells him not to blame himself. She's like, nah, it's my fault. I'm the one who did it. I got spirited away. You tried your best to help me. It's not your fault. I did it. I searched for Manami. I found myself in a bustling area. I didn't know hell had places like this. Look at this lovely city street. People went about their business, seemingly unfazed by a living person like me, but I feel like some are glancing at me. Perhaps they can tell I'm alive. Red light district? The entire city is a red light district. Their stares made me feel out of place, and I couldn't help but look away. Some of them didn't even appear human, leaving me feeling very uneasy. Just passing by them sent chills down my spine. I'm so terrified right now. I need to find Manami quickly. Hey miss, you okay? Like, what are you selling in there? Kids' toys? Is this hell? Where am I? Why are you selling hearts and stars? And it looks like preschooler toys. On the one beside, it's just selling a chair covered in jewels. Wait, what? I like the one with the stained glass window, though. I got you to scream. That was fun. I'm in a hurry. I tried to walk past it, but the strange creature blocked my path. Hold on a sec. I ain't gonna bite you or nothing. You look a little pale. If you're feeling sick, you should drink this. Do not drink something that a stranger gives you. Okay, what have I said about Fae, right? We don't eat their food. We don't tell them our names. 2 rules. The 2 rules kind of apply in most situations with strangers. Don't eat the food. Don't tell them your name. He offered me a can. Seeing as he told me to drink it, I assumed it was some kind of beverage. I don't think he's gonna let me pass unless I take it from him. Thanks. As I reached for it, someone else quickly grabbed the can from me. Minami! Hi, I've missed you. Minami! Without acknowledging me, he threw the can to the ground. Hey! What are you doing? Minami's glare froze the thing in place.
こっち
Leah, come here. Wait!
俺のものに手を出すな。
Don't you dare touch what's mine. Like, oh my god, this man, also his, what's, Simpsons boss's name? Part of me is thinking Withers, but that doesn't sound right. But like,
俺のものに手を出すな。
oh, look at that. Wait, I didn't know there was an option that says return to previous choice. Hang on. I'll try that next time. I don't know if that actually like gives you the chance to redo it. He has a possessive tendency. Listen, I like a man who knows what he wants in a sort. It depends. It depends. I like this. I don't like this all the time. There's like so many like factors that have to fall into place, right? Like Lucas, trash. Him, gorgeous. I don't know that's different. I really don't. But I like this. Don't like Lucas. Don't you dare touch what's mine. Ha ha ha. What did he just say? Passing the man, I thought I heard Manami mutter something. The thing was so persistent before. Why'd he let us pass so easily now? Despite Minami throwing his can away, the creature didn't react angrily and let us pass. We hurried through the ruined buildings and down a narrow alley. Where are we going? I asked him repeatedly, but Minami kept his eyes glued forward, never once responding. I can't breathe. I have asthma. I was out of breath and my legs ached. Minami suddenly stopped. He looked down silently. Why won't he answer me? I recalled his intense glare earlier. He seemed ready to attack the man. That's not hee-hee. That's breathing. That's just... Minami's husky chuckle broke the silence. That's not a chuckle. This is a chuckle. He sank to the ground.
怖くてどうにかなっちゃいそうだった。はあ、怖かった。
I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. That was so scary. He looked so vulnerable, almost as though he was about to burst into tears. Was he merely acting back
で
there?
もよかった。君があれを口にしなくて。
I'm so glad you didn't drink that. What do you mean?
君を探している時に知ったんだけど、
When I was searching for you, I
こ
learned.
この食べ物は生きている僕たちにとって毒みたいなもので、
The food here is toxic for the living. Like us.
食べたらここの住民になってずっと出られなくなるんだって。
If you consume anything, you're bound to this world forever and can't leave, just like a fae. What?
僕さ、食べるの好きだからうっかり口にしそうになってすっごく怖かったよ。
I almost ate something before I found out, and when I did find out, I was so scared. I covered my mouth in shock. I almost drank it without even thinking twice, and if I did, I would have been trapped in hell. Thank you, Minami. Without you, I don't know what I would have done. I knew it. There was just no way that Minami could be a demon. Not a boy that looked like this. There's nothing demonic about his appearance or attitude, or the way his eyes kind of get a little crazy-eyed from time to time. Nothing. Nothing. This is a pure little angel here. If he were, he wouldn't have saved me back there. Two things can be true. But you scared me back there, Minami. You weren't like a different person.
あの睨みを聞かせた時かな。
You mean when I scared that guy? Yeah, your eyes were so frightening. That creature seemed petrified of
う
you.
ん、君みたいに強くなりたくてさ。
I wanted to be as brave as you. Me? Doesn't this pose give a little bit of a Dahat personality vibe? Hands on hips. Minami placed his hands on the wall and slowly pulled himself up from the ground.
ここに着いた時、僕は震え上がって怯えてるだけだった。
When I first got here, all I did was cower in fear. I was so
で
scared.
も、君が引っ張ってくれて、だから前を向くことができたんだ。
Seeing you lead the way, Leah, it gave me courage. I had no idea he saw me that
今
way.
度は僕が君を守るから。
Now it's my turn to protect you. He smiled, looking far more angelic than demonic. Thank you. I don't want to have any more doubt about Minami, so I decided to ask him the lingering questions that were on my mind. What happened after I fainted at the station? Minami's shoulders shook. His brow furrowed and tears welled up in his eyes.
ごめんなさい。僕のせいなんだ。
I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. Liar.
僕が君をあいつから守れてたら、はぐれることなんてなかったのに。
If only I'd protected you from that bastard, Leah, we wouldn't have gotten separated. Who are you talking about? If he dodges the question here, a pang of anxiety hit me. Was it fear or guilt?
白髪の背が高い男の人。
A tall guy with white
そ
hair.
の人、僕のことを悪魔とか言って襲いかかってきて。
He accused me of being a demon. Me! Then he attacked me. Minami hugged himself, shivering with fear. I didn't
僕、
do
何もし
anything.
てないのに。とても怖くて。
I was so scared.
あの人こそ悪魔なんじゃないかって思うくらい怖かった。
It made me wonder who's really the demon. He was so terrifying. So scary. Both accused each other of being a demon. I was outright doubting Minami. I wasn't outright doubting Minami, but I found it equally hard to believe Seiya was lying to me. I was with that man just a minute ago. He seemed to know you, Manami.
名乗ったんだ。怪しい人間じゃない。もちろん悪魔でもないって。
I told him my name. I tried to prove to him I wasn't suspicious, that I'm not a
身
demon.
分を明かしたら大丈夫かなって思ったけど。
I thought if I explained myself, he would understand, but Manami looked down. Hunched over in fear, he gazed up at me sadly.
君も僕を疑うの？
Do you doubt me too, Leah? I don't want to doubt him, but
私か南か信じるのはあなたの自由ですが
I did. Oh gosh. Listen, okay? He hasn't actually caused this harm yet. Sure, we fainted. Yes, he wants but he wants a soul pact. Okay, that's binding. That's legally binding. That's like marriage. He's basically proposing to us, guys. It's your choice to trust me or Manami, but remember, I was torn between believing Seiya and Minami. Insanity. Okay, insanity needs its own save. I love when Leah is delulu. Well, I've never been delusional in my entire life. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's crazy. I have that on its own thing. Let's believe Seiya. I want to see Seiya again. I couldn't just leave Minami here.
ね
Hey.
え、ね
Like, oh my gosh.
え、ね
Like, this voice? Like, tell me that's bad. No, there's nothing wrong with this voice. As I was lost in thought, a sudden deep voice jolted me back to reality. That's right, I would be jolted too. Looking up, I saw only Manami standing before me. Whose voice was
どう
that?
して黙っているの？
Why so quiet? Oh, sorry. Did I imagine that voice just now? I shook my head and looked directly at Manami again. About the tall man I was with earlier. I borrowed something from him, so I'd like to go return it to him. You're not comfortable with him thinking you're a demon, right? You won't be able to calm down with that on your mind, right?
だから一緒にその人のところへ行こうってこと？
You want us to go see him together?
僕言ったよね。とっても怖い思いをしたって。
Didn't I tell you I had a really traumatic experience talking to him? Then I'll protect you. I'll tell him you're not a demon. Please come with me. I extended my hand to him. He hesitated, then took my hand. But as soon as our fingers touched, a sharp pain shot through the point where our hands touched, and I instinctively pulled back. What was that?
え。ああ、ここまでか。
What a shame. This is the end, huh? He muttered softly, and I felt a warm glow emanating from my pocket. The Khalifa petal. Recalling Seiya's words, I reached in and pulled it out, the flower. The petal glowed, then slowly withered to nothing more than black ash. I knew it! Run, girl! What's happening?
見たままです南が悪魔であるという証拠に他ならない
It's as you see, there's proof Manami's a demon. Seiya's tall figure glided silently past me. Seiya!
カリファの花が枯れたその意味は説明せずともわか
I
りますね
love Nobuhiko Okamoto. Yeah. I do too. Actually, I want to make a list. So I want a list of voice actors, like their names, and then the characters they play. I just want to make like something. That way I have an easier grid because some of the things don't list everybody. Like Minato's voice actor being Koharu's voice actor, it's not listed anywhere except another Otome player had like a review that listed it in it, and that's the only reason I even figured it out. Yeah, such range, such spice. Don't say spice. He's great. He's great. He's great. I love him. I do love him. I do love him. I just don't want to think about that right now. The Khalifa petal has completely withered. No need for me to explain why, right? With a cold expression on his face, Seiya took something and threw it at Minami. Look at my boy! As he ducked to avoid it, Minami wore an insidious look unlike any I'd seen from him before.
せいやったら邪魔しに来るの遅いんだもん。
That's so Roddy right there. Oh my gosh. Seiya, pretty late in the game for you to ruin my
如
fun.
月駅でやり合った時傷つけちゃったのかもって心配したじゃない？
I almost worried that I'd hurt you back at our little skirmish at Kisaragaki Station.
気持ち悪いことを言わないでいただけますか。お前のそういうところが私の気に障る。
Quit being so creepy, will you? I find that attitude of yours to be repugnant. Seiya flicked his wrist, bringing the chain back to him. Chain! Yeah. Aw, look at him! I love the contrast between— that's actually true, you're right. Minami got dark hair and like wears white, and then he wears darker clothes and he has white hair. And he has red eyes and he has blue eyes. And he has horns and he has spikes. Trying to think if there's anything else. Minami has kind of a purple and red look, and he's kind of got a blue. I don't see really green in him, but he's got gold. Silver, gold, and silver. Ah, wait, we got this. There's so much. The lamp, however, changed directions and targeted Minami once
そ
more.
んなもので俺をどうしようっての？お前は成人すぎて鎖の軌道でさえ騙せないのに。
Just what do you plan on doing with that? You're far too much of a goody-goody. You can't even deceive me with your attacks. He then looked at me.
お前って趣味が悪いね。こんなの信用するなんてさ、がっかりしちゃったな。
Yeah, you have truly terrible taste. Trusting someone like him, how disappointing. I'm the one who's disappointed. Minami's smile vanished, his face returning to his previous helpless look.
ごめん、がっかりさせて。でも、もう大丈夫だよ。だって。
I'm sorry, but it's okay now because...
これからは素の俺でお前と会えるんだし。
You'll get to see the real me from now on. His devilish smirk returned. I don't need to see you anymore.
あるんだよ。夢の中で。ね。
Oh, but you will in your dreams. That's right, he caused that dream before.
彼女ならお前の悪趣味な夢をも耐えてみせるでしょう。
I have no doubt she'll be able to handle your distasteful nightmares. Seiya smiled alone provided solace to me.
お前の狙いは分かっています。悪魔が欲するのは人間の魂。
I know what you're after. You're after what all demons want, a human soul.
彼女に悪夢を見せ惑わし魂の契約をするつもりでしょう。
You'll show her nightmares, deceive her, and try to get her to sign a soul pact with you. A soul pact? He mentioned that in my dream
あ
before.
あ、そうだよ。こいつの魂が欲しくて欲しくてたまらなくてさ。
Yes, I crave her soul so much so, you can't even possibly begin to understand.
長い間待っていた甲斐があったよ。こうして手の届く範囲に来てくれて。
But the wait will be well worth it. Now she's here, finally within my grasp. His dreamy gaze made me voluntarily step back. A long wait. It seemed both Seiya and I picked up on those words. Has he known me for long? Why has he been watching me, and why? That was not intense.
まあ、すぐに契約を交わそうとは思ってないから安心してよ。
Don't worry, I have no intentions of rushing into a soul pact with you.
お前の言葉を信じるとでも？
You really expect us to believe you.
まあそうだよね。でも今のは本当だ。遊ぶ時間が欲しいからさ。
Fair point, but the truth is I want a little more time to play with Leah. Huh? His gaze was unexpectedly kind. Why is he looking at me like that?
でもね、 聖夜が邪魔なんだよね。カリファの花なんて持たせちゃってさ、自分は後から駆けつけてヒーロー気取り。
But Seiya, you kept getting in the way, giving her the Khalifa pedal. What? You think you're some kind of knight in shining armor?
聖夜さん、お前まだ悪魔払いなんてやってるわけ？
Seiya, please tell me you're still not trying to cast out demons, are you?
一度地獄に落ちた罪人が過去の栄光にしがみついちゃって、お前はもうエクソシストじゃないんだよ。
You're a criminal who was cast down to hell. Let go of the past. You're not an exorcist anymore. You know that, don't you? Seiya, a criminal, a former exorcist?
私の人生を
Don't
勝手
pretend
に語らないでもらえますか。
to know my life. See, they're also another contrast. He's short, he's tall. He's a mess. Look at his sleeve. He's well kept. Also, where's Minami's mark? Does Minami have a mark? I haven't seen his tattoo yet. Don't tell me. I want to find out. And don't tell me the flowers on his hips count. They all have a tattoo on their body somewhere. Kuda has the one exception, sort of, because he's got the mark on his stomach. Seiya swung his chain again, but Minami dodged. Then, Ray! Minami stared at me, smirking, and mouthed something to me.
待ってるよ。二人きりの夢の世界で。
I'll be waiting for you, Leah, in the dream where it's just you and me. Oh, is it where his choker is? Typically, it's like their hands or their faces, kinda. Given the distance, I shouldn't have been able to hear him, but his voice rang inside my head. The strained sensation of him speaking directly in my head confused me, and before I knew it, Minami was gone. He was gone! And I was sad. It hadn't been long after Minami vanished from the alley, but I felt like I had been wandering for hours. I was exhausted, so Seiya brought me back to the HO building and showed me to a room.
殺風景な部屋ではありますが、体を休めるスペースもあります。
This room may be a little plain, but it has a place for you to rest.
ソファーで申し訳ありませんが、ゆっくりくつろいでください。
Sorry, it's only a sofa, but please rest here. Thank you. I followed his suggestion, sitting on the couch by the window. I looked around the room. There was a large cylindrical device, that's right, that's a word, stretching from ceiling to floor. Other than that, nothing particularly stood out. A computer? Is that a PC? Smartphones, computers, many devices here in hell resembled those of the mortal realm. What is this room, Seiya?
ああ、私の部屋です。とはいえ、あまりここで業務を行うことはありませんがね。
This is my office. I rarely do my work here, though. Seiya did claim to be a grand warder. I didn't know exactly what that meant, but the office seemed to imply a fairly high-ranking position. Was it really okay to just follow Seiya's orders and come here with him? Minami's words kept repeating over and over in my head. This
聖夜
feels
さ
like
ん、
HR, but
お
for
前まだ
demons.
悪魔払いなんてやってるわけ？
I kind of picture it like a prison, really.
一度
Seiya. No, we're not doing past flashbacks. Got excited because I saw Minami's face and forgot. Despite Minami's accusation, Seiya said nothing in reply. I didn't think Seiya was a bad person, but I also didn't know him well enough to say for sure. Minami looks so crazy. I know, right? Right? Like, hear me out. He's so cute, though. When someone goes to hell, is there like some kind of judgment process? How does that all work? If you committed crimes in life, there must be some kind of trial, right?
そうですね。裁きも多岐にわたり、説明するのは容易ではありませんが、あなたにもわかるよう簡潔にしましょう。
It's rather complex, but allow me to try and simplify it for you.
最も重い罰は 処刑です。処刑されると魂が消滅し、無
The
になりま
harshest
す。
sentence is execution. The soul vanishes, ceasing to exist.
軽い罰でしたら刑期が課せられ、それが終われば釈放になりますので、成仏することも可能です。
Shock. Oh, so a lot of hell in this isn't the first time either. The hell in Tengoku Struggle is similar. It's heavily based on Buddhism. So like reincarnations very heavily implied. They do it in a lot of animes too. It's one of those crutches that I don't like because I don't like to be like, oh, my next life is going to be so much better than this life. I don't want that story. If you want to give me a sad, melodramatic story, fine, but you're not going to sell me on they get together in their next life. It's not going to work for me. Then Goku Struggle, it worked because they're already dead. That was the only way they could get together. There's a fly in here. But typically, meh. And there is such a thing as destroying a soul that is so corrupted. Typically. Like truly, truly bad people, sometimes their souls are just gone forever. Others they pay a sentence and then they get reborn years and years and years later. For lesser crimes, you serve your time, then your soul is released. Some of those souls may even end up crossing over. I see. Does he mean that Seiya has served his time here and is now working in hell? Hell Organization, also known as HO souls, who have committed grave sins in life and are tried here. The sentence varies based on the weight of the soul's crime. The worst punishment is execution. Seiya works for HO. Minami, the demon, and Seiya, the sinner. Perhaps no one in hell is innocent.
ああ、そうだ。あなたにお渡ししたスマホですが、そのまま持っていてください。
About the smartphone I lent you, please continue using
私は
it.
仕事がありますので、常にあなたのそばにはいられませんから。それで連絡を取り合いましょう。
Does it have emoticons? Because I like emojis. I still have work to do and therefore can't be with you at all times. We'll be able to keep in contact with that device.
写し世へ帰るときに返却していただければいいです。
Be sure to return it when you go back to the mortal realm. Thank you. Return to the mortal realm. Do you really think I'll be able to go home? The strange and unfamiliar surroundings here in hell filled me with a sense of despair. I felt lost in a world of darkness and I wanted nothing more than to escape this reality.
顔を上げなさい。
Lift your head. Seiya's hand rested on my shoulder, yet I couldn't bring myself to look at him. I might as well just die. Lia Ishiki. His tone was quiet, yet reprimanding. I looked up, feeling as if I had
し
been
っかり
slapped.
しなさい。あなただけの問題ではないのですよ。待っている者たちがいることをお忘れですか？
Pull yourself together. This isn't only about you. Remember, you have people waiting for you back home. Yeah, but like, none of them are really cool. I couldn't bear the terrible events that had I couldn't bear the terrible events that had befallen me, but I had been too focused on myself to think clearly. He's right. They're waiting for me. So time in the mortal realm is still passing normally, isn't it?
その通りです。時間は写し世も隔離世も平等ですから。
Yes, time passes equally in both the mortal and hidden realm.
質問される前に教えておきますが、隔離世とは死者の世のことを指します。
And before you ask, the hidden realm is the realm of the
こ
dead.
の地獄や成仏した先にある世、それらすべてをひっくるめて隔離世と言います。
Both hell and the world of those who have crossed over, all of that is the hidden realm. I was impressed with Seiya's knowledge, but he seemed to know what I was going to ask next. What do you mean with his knowledge? He works here. He's been dead for a little bit longer than you.
いいですか？写し世へ帰れなければ、あなたは地獄の空気に精神が病み、なくなります。
Listen closely. The air here in hell will corrupt your emotions. If that happens, you will surely die here. No!
先ほど死を考えたばかりのあなたが驚愕するとは
Isn't that
滑稽です
ironic?
ね。
Weren't you just wishing for death earlier? I can't argue with that.
まあ、 ここに住みたいというのなら、写し終え帰った後、銀行強盗か殺人でもして出直してきてください。
If you like it here so much, commit a crime when you get home, rob a bank, murder someone, you know.
その時は、私も HO の大看守として、あなたを手厚くもてなしましょう。
Then, as Grand Warder, I'll welcome you with open arm. Once I get home, I'll never come back here. I blurted the words out and Seiya merely laughed. It seemed like he was merely teasing me and I simply sighed. Can I really trust Seiya? Minami's the guy who spoke to me in town. None of them seemed safe to trust. Was the same true for Seiya? At this point, what choice do you have? Seiya, there's something I want to ask you. Why do you want to save me? His playful aura vanished, sorrow in its place. I hadn't expected this reaction. Did his actions have something to do with me? Seiya looked down and began to speak
私
slowly.
はこれまでに2つの罪を犯しました。そのどちらもが自身の弱さゆえに起きてしまった悲劇。
I committed two major sins up to this point. Both were a result of my own weakness. He met my eyes
他
squarely.
者を救うことこそ贖罪となるのです。あなたは特に。
I seek redemption by saving others, especially you. His words seemed genuine. I understood his motive of trying to clear his sins by helping others, but why did he specifically mention me? I still don't totally get it. I mean, I don't really know much about you, Seiya.
それでいいのですよ。私を知る必要はない。
That's
ただ
fair, but you
私
don't
に
need
助
to
け
know
ら
me.
れてください。
Just let me save you. Is that really okay? I want your help, but I'm uneasy staying with you without knowing you better. So I'd like to get to know you better. Say a gasp.
私に好意的だとは思っていましたが、まさか興味を抱かれるとは。
I knew you had a good impression of me, but I didn't expect you to be interested in me. Oh my gosh. Huh? I stared at Seiya, who seemed to be blushing. It was my turn to gasp. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean it like that.
このような状況下でも、恋情を抱いてしまうとは意外でした。
Given the circumstances, I never once imagined you'd fall for me.
私を超える恋愛体質とは、ああ、嘆かわしい。
To think I'd find someone even more hopelessly romantic than I. How terrible.
それもいいと思ってしまう私は。
Thank you.
一体どうしたらいいのやら。
Look at our new emoticon for subscribing. I'm on auto. Hang on, I hit a button. I got too distracted. I put my phone down. But now I find this twist rather appealing. What to do? What to do? If anyone's terrible here, it's you, Seiya.
私たちはお似合いなのかもしれませんね。
Perhaps we are well suited for one another. We had a baby. 9 months. Okay, actually, I just saw that. I had a friend who's like, hey, I'm gonna give you this thing. They still haven't given it to me. And I'm like, dude, it's been a while ago. I was like, it's been 9 months. We could have had a baby by now. Like, it's been a year now. It's been a solid year. I should text him. It's been a whole year. Where's my box? Then perhaps we are well suited for one another. How do you figure that? I sighed heavily and gripped Seiya's arm, who continued to blush. Listen, Seiya, I'm really touched that you want to help me, but I need your knowledge too, so please be serious about this. Wanting to convey just how much I want him to take this seriously, I stared directly at him.
ええ、こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
It'll be my utmost pleasure to help you. Relief washed over me at last.
とりあえず少し眠りなさい。疲労が溜まったままだと、ろくに頭も働きません。
That's not the game that he's including. That game was like a digital game. He said there's a game in it though, but I don't know. He hasn't given me the box. It's been a year. It's been a whole year. At this point, it's like, what's that? Shroudiner's cat? Like, is there a box? There both is and isn't a box. Why don't you sleep a little? If you're fatigued, your mind won't work efficiently even.
そうなれば帰る方法の話し合いすらままならないでしょう。
And if that happens, our discussion will hardly be productive. I'm fine. I still feel energetic. Sleeping was the last thing on my mind, especially in the presence of someone I still didn't fully trust, not to mention the nightmare might return. That suffocating feeling, the demon's breath all around me, chilling me from head to toe. I could hardly breathe. It was so painful. The eerie voice that didn't slip into my ears as much as it did ring inside my brain. I dreaded hearing that voice again.
南が怖くて眠れないといったところでしょうか。
You can't sleep because you're worried about Minami. Seiya looked at me as if he could see through me. He had hit the nail on the head, yet I was in no mood to confirm or deny his suspicions. It seems Seiya already understands everything, in which case, I decided to share the feelings that were bubbling up inside me. I wanted to trust Minami. Minami had made it seem as though we were in the same situation, when it's true I was beginning to trust him even more than that. I wanted to believe I wasn't alone. His presence was the only thing keeping me sane in this unfamiliar world. Was it though? I feel awful for wanting someone else to share this burden with me, but I knew confessing these twisted feelings to Seiya wouldn't absolve me of anything still.
あなたは正常ですよ。
That sounds completely normal. Huh?
人間は自身の感情を他者と共有したい生き物です。
Humans tend to share their
楽し
emotions.
さだったり嬉しさだったり時には悲しみや辛さすらも共有し
Whether it's
共
joy or
感して
sorrow,
ほしいと思うものです。
humans seek to relate to one another.
ですからあなたは正常なのですよ。
Your feelings sound completely normal to me, Leah. Seiya's words made me feel as though I was forgiven for the selfish nature of my thoughts and made my heart feel light. I felt warmth returning to my cold, sweaty fingertips.
眠れないようですし少しお付き合いいたします。
But you're still unable to sleep, yes? In that case, allow me to stay with you a while. Aww. Seiya drew a nearby chair and sat next to me. Seiya,
南に代わり私があなたの不幸を共有しましょう。
I'll stand
あ
in
な
for
たがよ
Minami.
ろしければ
I'll share your
ですが
burden if you'd like. Of course. Initially, I found Seiya oppressive, someone not to be challenged. I found him to be intimidating, but not in that moment.
では悪魔について話しましょうか。いや南に関してと言った方がいいか。
Why don't we discuss demons? Or rather, why don't we discuss Minami? Oh, that's right. I heard something about you being an exorcist, right?
元が抜けています。
Former exorcist, but yes. So it was true. How does Minami know that? Minami had said something about exorcism before, right? My only impression of exorcist came from watching horror movies, but Seiya seemed to match with those notions. That's right, a tall man looking ominous. That's an exorcist for you. Someone who performs a ritual to drive away demons from possessed people. That's not all. Who knew these horror movies Sayaka made me watch would come in handy someday? Besides, Minami, do you know any other demons?
ええ、苦しめられた過去があります。
Yes, I've encountered some in my past. Seiya's eyes seemed to drift as he spoke, lost in memories. Maybe it's a sensitive topic? Would you be okay if I told you about the dream I had with Minami? I wanted to steer the conversation back to my experience, and Seiya nodded solemnly. Just recalling it gave me chills, but I knew I needed to confront it. One thing Minami said really struck me. He mentioned something about a soul pact. I've been wondering what that means.
本人もそう言っていましたね。悪魔は 人間の魂が大好物ですから。
So he did mention that.
そうなのですが、
I suppose it's only natural. Demons love human souls after all.
あなたにこだわる理由がわからない。長年追い求めるほど特別な魂ということらしいですが。
I'm not sure why he's so fixated on you. Apparently he's been searching for your soul for years. I've been wondering about that too. Why would he be after my soul?
今回のこと以外で南に会ったことは？
Have you encountered Minami anywhere before? I'm sure I haven't. I know I would remember meeting someone like that in a dream.
聞き方を変えましょう。現実で会った覚えはありますか？
Let me rephrase the question. Have you ever met him in the mortal realm before? I don't think so, but he could have been disguised, right? And can Minami even visit the mortal realm? I remember meeting him on the train, and next thing I knew, we were in hell. Boom, just like that.
人の姿を保てているくらいですから、そこそこ力を有している悪魔だと見ています。で
His
すから、
ability
移し世へ赴くのも可能でしょう。
to maintain a human form suggests he's quite powerful. That means it's possible he can travel between realms.
ただし南、ムマは移し世にいようが隔離世にいようが関係ないのですよ。
But for Minami and Incubi in general, it doesn't matter if they're in the mortal realm or hidden
なぜ
realm.
なら夢を支配する悪魔なのですから。
They can manipulate dreams after all.
だからどうしてもわからないのです。長年あなたの魂を狙っていて、どうして今のタイミングなのかと。
What puzzles me is why he's been after your soul for so long and why he chose now to strike at you. About that,
もっと早くに契約をしたかったんだが。
that's what he said. Seiya gave me a dubious
そ
look.
れについての理由は？
Did he say why? What did he say again? Something about a god was protecting me.
夢はおぼろげであやふやな部分もあるかと思いますが、これは大事なことです。
I know dreams can be hazy and things may be difficult to remember, but they can contain important
よ
information.
く思い出してみてください。
Please, do your best to remember. He spoke softly, but I knew how serious he was. He said because the god of death was near. Oh, I remember.
お前には
I shared with Seiya what I had remembered as an expression turned to one of
確
alarm.
かにそう言ったのですか？
Are you sure he said that? Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said. Why? Why is that bad? I wasn't certain, but recalling Minami's words gave me chills. A god of death is stalking me? He must be lying, right? Seiya remained silent, looking at me with an inquisitive gaze. Seiya.
死神がついていたなら、生きながらに地獄へ来るとは考えられない。それならば、死神のようなものとは。
If a god of death was stalking you, it's unlikely to be sent to hell alive. Perhaps someone resembling a god of death.
厳密には死神ではない。南が近づけなかったのなら、神であるのはそうなのだろうが。
Not a true god of death, but if Minami couldn't approach you, it may indeed be some kind of deity. As Seiya pondered aloud, I listened attentively. I need to try and come up with my own conclusions. Seiya seemed to be thinking about the god that was stalking me, so I tried to tackle the issue from another angle. Maybe I should think about how Minami brought me here. After all, I still don't remember anything after school until I was on the train. About this god, could it be that they left my side for some reason? Minami might have realized the god wasn't near me, and that's when he brought me to the train. My memory only starts on the train. I can't remember anything before that.
記憶がない。いつからないのですか？
You're missing memories? Since when? We're finally having a conversation. Girl wakes up, boy's kissing her hand, and then she's like, alright, peace out, gotta go. And like, since when? We've only known each other 4 hours. At most. Right after school, I was preparing to head home, and I don't know if I fell asleep, but when I woke up, I was on the train. What do you think of my theory?
全くの見当違いです。
It's completely misguided.
言ったはずです。南は無魔。 あなたが写し世にいようと関係なく、夢に現れることが可能だと。
I told you before, Minami is an incubus. He can enter your dreams, but no matter where you are. Right, so there was no need for him to bring me to the train. Wait, then, who brought me here? I wasn't really asking Seiya, the words just kind of slipped out of my mouth.
南に惑わされてここに来たと、そう思っていたのですが、考えを
I
改
had
める必
assumed
要がある
Minami
の
had
ですね。
lured you here, but perhaps I need to reconsider. Seiya stood, returning his chair, and began organizing documents on his desk.
そろそろ仕事に戻らねばなりませんし、少
I
し
must
考
get
え
back
る
to
時
work.
間をください。
Please give me some time to think of this on this. Right, sorry for distracting you.
邪魔ではありませんよ。私があなたに関わりたいのですから。
Not a problem. I chose to involve myself in all of this after all.
お休みになられないようでしたら、中庭へ出て、カリファの空気に触れるのがいいでしょ
If you can't sleep, try going to the courtyard. The air about the Khalifa tree might
う。
be a help.
HO の敷地内でしたら、カリファの力があるので、南も入って来られないでし
Yeah,
ょう
but he
し
can。still enter my dreams from here, right? Right? As long as you're within the HO grounds, you're under the Khalifa tree's protection. I doubt Minami can enter
も
here.
し外出なさるおつもりなら、カリファの花を忘れずに。
If you go outside, make sure to take some Khalifa petals with you. I'm allowed to leave?
止めたところで、あなたは行くでしょうから。
You'd probably go regardless of what I say, right? Why though? What am I gonna do? I don't even know. This is the worst start. Not like the story, but like imagine a video game where you wake up and you're in a place and I'm like, what's my objective right now? He spoke with a wary smile and handed me a kind of cloak. What is this?
外出用のローブです。HO の門が入っているので、手を出してくる者はいないでしょ
A robe in case you want to leave. It has the HO insignia, meaning you'll be left alone. Thanks, this is very helpful.
う。できるなら、外出は控えてください。それでは。
If you could refrain from leaving the premises, I'd gladly prefer it, but I've said my piece. After Seiya left, I found myself alone in the room gazing out the window. Very hard to gaze out of stained glass, but I believe in you. Being alone like this, I'm worried I'll fall asleep. Perhaps some fresh air might help. I decided to follow Seiya's advice and visit the courtyard. Ooh. I need to focus on work, yet my mind keeps drifting to returning her to the mortal realm. One with such innocent eyes doesn't belong in a place like this, yet I sense a darkness within her, a burden beyond her desire to return home. A hidden sorrow beneath that bright demeanor. A riddle wrapped up in an enigma, that one. I found myself inevitably drawn to her.
思いを馳せている場合ではないというのに。
Now's not the time for such thoughts. I forced my wandering heart back to reality, redirecting my attention to the papers on my desk. I reached the hallway leading outside to the courtyard, the lukewarm wind brushing my cheeks. Hell's atmosphere was tense and uncomfortable, yet it helped me stay awake. But compared to the air at the station town, it feels more peaceful here. Perhaps it was the presence of the Khalifa tree. I found a fallen petal on the ground and put it in my pocket. With this, I should be able to walk around safely outside. My memories flashed back to my previous encounter with Minami. Leaving the building was daunting, but confronting Minami seemed necessary if I was to find my way back home. Unsure if he'd be truthful, it still seemed a bit better option than sitting here doing nothing. Where to begin? Alright, we get a map of hell. Hang on, wait. Station, Main Street, HO, a building. Is that a circus? There's a circus. Head to Main Street. We're not going after Minami right now. Well, actually, this might be that one choice where it makes you go both directions either way. But just in case it's not, we're gonna go to Seiya first. Where am I? I wanted to explore the HO, but ended up getting lost along the way. There are way too many rooms here. I need a map of this place. From a nearby corner cast in a deep shadow, I saw Seiya emerge. I started to approach him, but stopped. An unfamiliar girl was following him. A girl that looked like the devil, I might add. She's wearing shackles. Was she damned?
いいですか。仮釈放の身というのを忘れずに。
Listen very carefully. Remember, you are out on parole.
わかってるってもう本当にしつこいんだから
I got it, I got it. Gosh, you're so persistent. You know that?
か頭いいから一度言われたらちゃんとわかるってば
You only gotta tell Reika once, okay?
おお、それは非常に興味深い。私の記憶では、被害者はこのように述べています。
This bitch again. Was that so? How fascinating. I seem to remember the victim telling you something once. What was it?
悪いけど、あんたの言うような感情はない。むしろ迷惑してる。と。
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't feel that way about you. If anything, you're actually kind of a problem.
そのことは記憶していないようですね。それとも聞こえなかったとでも
Thank you. Get a different one. I don't know if I have rotating ones. It might be for different kind of subscriptions, though. I can't remember. Look at this. I created that myself. I don't remember what I did. I suppose you don't remember that. Or did you simply not hear him?
嫌い嫌いも好きのうちって知らないのそんなのだから大観主様には恋人ができないのよ
Did I turn her voice down? Or did they turn her voice down? Because she seems kind of quiet. Haven't you ever heard of Plain Hard to Get? That's probably why you're still single, Grand Warder. Nom 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 nom. That's right. Chomper eating cabbages. I see. That girl, Reika, is out on parole. I'm eavesdropping. That's rude. I should probably go somewhere else. But I also don't know my way
やは
around.
り休んでいなかったようですね。
I knew you weren't resting. Oops. Lost in thought, Seiya seemed to have noticed me and approached. The girl he spoke with had been handed off to someone else.
まったく。あなたが人を心配させたいかまってちゃんだったとは。
You know there are better ways to get my attention than worrying me. Sorry, that wasn't my intention. I was just taking a walk to clear my head.
強がらなくていいのですよ。私も同じ性質を持っていますから。
No need to pretend otherwise. I find myself trying to worry others when I want attention as well. That's not good. Why does he look so happy saying that? Ah, right. He said I'm not really his type before, didn't he? Maybe I could have asked him about that. Your type? Yeah, let's ask. When we first met, you said I wasn't your type, so what's your type, Seiya? Seiya flashed red with embarrassment. No, wait a minute. You did say I wasn't your type, right?
いいえ、そのことではなく、わざわざ私を探してまで恋愛の質問をするなんてと思いまして。
Oh, it's not that. I'm just surprised. You went out of your way to find me like this only to talk about my love life.
それほどまでに私が気になって仕方なかったのですね。
I didn't realize you were so into me. What? No, that's not what I meant at all.
まあ、あなたに好かれるというのも悪い気分はしません。
No, no, I'm quite flattered to know you have a crush on me. Like I said, I didn't mean it that way. It was just an idle chit-chat.
申し訳ないのですが、もう少し待っていてください。私もそろそろ準備
I
完了しますので。
apologize. Could you wait a few moments? I'm barely nearly ready. Ready for what? I can't get dragged any further into this conversation. This much I know for sure. I'm sorry. Please forget I said anything.
強いて言うならば、 好きな人がタイプというところでしょうか。
If you forced me to say, I'd say my type is, how should I put it? Painted nails and tattoos. Pretty much it. That's it. I didn't
です
ask.
から残念ながらあなたのことは好みのタイプではないのです。
Unfortunately, you're not my
今はまだ。
type. Not yet, anyways. Does he only like people who like him? That's a weird flex. That's that last part.
では仕事が残っていますので失礼いたします。
Now I have some work to attend to, if you'll excuse me. Okay. Our conversation was brief, but it was pretty intense. For some reason. What just happened? That was so slow. Yeah, let's go find Minami. I wonder if Minami is nearby. Wearing the robe, I drew less attention than the last time I went out, but unable to shake my anxiety, I kept fidgeting with the pedal in my pocket. With my hood pulled up, I aimed to blend in. That's when I heard the
黒
voice.
の扉の店、そこに入ってこい。
Door with the black door, go inside. Minami's voice was unmistakable. I scanned my surroundings. I can't see him, but that voice was definitely Minami. Following the voice's direction, I found a nearby shop with a black door. The smoked glass in the window prevented me from seeing the inside. I guess I have no choice but to enter. I'm gonna say this right now. You have a choice, okay? You're making a choice. The door was heavier than anticipated, and I cautiously stepped inside. Ooh, does Minami have a bar? Wait. Is that like a death remembrance altar? What's that called? What is that called? Also, don't those kind of look like bunnies? Just me? Okay, it's fine. What is this place? An unfamiliar scent enveloped me. Dim lighting, an eerie yet bustling atmosphere. I'm at a rave.
うわー、ずいぶんと趣味の悪い服装になってんね。見てるだけで吐きそう。
Wow, look at that hideous robe. Makes me want to vomit just looking at you. Found Minami. As I approached him, I felt my anxiety heighten. I came to talk to you, Minami.
うん、知ってる。会いに来る頃じゃないかなって思ってたよ。だって。
Oh, yeah, I know. I had a feeling you'd come looking for me. I mean, after
お
all.
前は俺を無視できないもんね。
You can't stay away from me, can you? His sickening smirk widened as he peered deeply into my eyes. His demeanor was totally different than on the train, which irritated me. So it really was all an act, huh?
今更でしょ。もうネタばらしは終わってるんだからいい子なしだろ。
Whoa, slow down there, detective. I already told you as much. Why bring it up now? You lied to me.
うるさいな。あんまりしつこいとその口聞けないようにしちゃうよ。
Also, he did not say put a sock in it. He said shut up. Put a sigh. Shut up. Please put a sock in it, will ya? Keep it up, and I'll make sure you never speak again. Got it? His glare betrayed more than a hint of annoyance. Even a subtle threat was enough to send me cowering.
てか、騙されたって言うけどさ、全部が嘘じゃないもん。一個だけ真実もあったもん。
Alright, you said I lied, but it wasn't all a lie. There was one little truth buried in there. With that, a sinister glint appeared in his eyes, and that... Oh my god, his eyes are red. I got too distracted by the piercing feeling. Oh my gosh. What happened? I can't move. Minami's fingernails grazed my neck, sending shivers down
さ
my
てさ
spine.
て、問題です。俺が喋ったことの中で、真実とは何だったのでしょうか？
How about a little quiz of all the things I told you, which one was true? I don't know. Ah! Minami's grip on my neck was light, yet it was enough to make it difficult to breathe, let alone speak.
醜い声。首を絞めてるわけじゃないのに苦しいの？辛いの？
What's with that pathetic voice? I'm not even strangling you. Does it hurt? Are you struggling? Buy me dinner first. What an ass. Oh my gosh. I was paralyzed like a frog under a snake's gaze. Why isn't the Khalifa flower working? I'm still in my pocket, right?
苦しんでるお前をもっと見ていてもいいんだけど、クイズは答え合わせをしないとつまんないからね。
As much as I enjoy watching you suffer, the best part of a quiz is unwrapping the answers.
正解
So,
は食べるのが好きでした。
the correct answer is I just love
た
to
く
eat.
さん食べたい。他人の阿鼻教官が好きでたまらない。
I love to feast on the screams of pretty young things like
でも
you.
今はそんなのどうだっていい。
But none of that matters now. I felt something wet on my cheek. Man, he is definitely should have bought us dinner. I mean, we're at a bar. There is food, but I think we're not supposed to eat it. His breath and tongue crazed my skin, sending an indirect fear through me.
俺はね、お前に夢中なの。今すぐお前が欲しくってね。
You know... How is there a pillar behind me? Wait, what happened? Did I sit down? What did I do? How did I back myself into a corner? Never put your back away from the door. Alright, back towards door always. Thing is, I'm crazy for you. I want you now, Leah. Aww! Suddenly, my pocket began to emit a soft glow. Then an electrifying buzz struck the area Minami touched, and he jumped back. That allowed me to breathe and move normally.
ああ、俺の力じゃカリファを抑えるのは数分ってとこか。
Aw, man, I guess my powers are only able to suppress the Khalifa petal for a few minutes.
それ嫌いなんだよね。今度持ってきたらお前の片耳かじってやるから。
I don't like those things. The next time you bring one of those puddles around, I'll bite off one of your ears. I instinctively covered both of my ears.
今日はやんないよ。耳の気分じゃなかったんだよね。
Kinky, right? Right? Like, hang on. This is making up for Peter Flag, and I'm not even going for him yet. Not today, of course. I'm not in the mood to bite off ears today. See? And he knows to pace himself. He's all like, not today, though. His sadistic smile was unsettling, and he slid his tongue over his lips. The sight sent a shock through me as I remembered the feeling of his coarse tongue against my cheek. Instinctively, I rubbed it with my sleeve.
はあ？何吹いてんの？汚いもの扱いされんの嫌なんだけど。
Wiping off my touch? Just don't act like I'm dirty or something. I simply couldn't deal with his moodiness. Minami, an incubus in human form. He's very temperamental and acts selfishly. He's always had his eye on the protagonist's soul, but this was the first time he was able to contact her. Enough. I have a question, so give me a straight answer. Who put me on that train? That's all I want to know.
何それつまんな。そんなこと聞くために会いに来たとか言わないよね。
That's your question? Don't tell me you came here just for that. Minami tapped his foot impatiently, clearly annoyed. I assume. I like that our options are please. There's no other reason. I steadied myself, determined not to back down. Of course, I'm here because I have questions. There's no other reason I'd want to talk to you.
そう。この俺が聞けば教えてくれると思ってるわけ？
Is that so? So you think just asking will get you answers, huh?
頭悪いやつは嫌いなんだよね。そんな脳みそあっても無駄だし。食ってやろうか。
I can't stand dumb people. Looks like the brain up there in your head is completely useless. Say, how about I eat it for you? His tone was sharp and irritated, making me instinctively step back.
俺を喜ばせてよ。そうしたら教えてあげなくもないよ。
Alright, entertain me, then maybe, just maybe, I'll give you your answer. Minami certainly had odd taste in entertainment, so I struggled to think of something to do. What should I do now? My eyes scanned the room until I saw a bread knife on the table. Fine, let's do this. I quickly grabbed the knife and pointed it at my own neck. You wouldn't be very happy if I died, right? Minami's eyes widened and he froze. Girl! I was gambling, bluffing really, and I had no idea how he'd react. You don't want me to die, then answer my question. Then Minami's stone face broke and he began howling with laughter.
ウケるそう来るとは思わなかったよ。
Oh man, that's really good. I certainly didn't see that one coming. Why is he
ねえ
laughing?
早くやってみてよ。ほら、ザクッとさ。
Go on, slash away, chop chop. You're sure about that? You really sure you're okay with me dying?
だって、ねえ、続きが気になって仕方なくてさ。
Well, I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm more curious to see if he'll actually go through with
無理
it.
して虚勢張って、それで死ぬなんて最高に哀れで惨めじゃない。
Bluffing with your life and then chickening out when your pathetic attempt to trick me gets called out? Now that's funny. He's so heartless. I slowly lowered my hands, feeling hopelessly humiliated.
生き恥ってやつ。
Man, that's what I call pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
ああ、どうしようね。お前のことが好きで好きでたまらないよ。
Oh man, just what am I gonna do with you? You're seriously too much. I just adore you. Oh, are we making a blood pact here? Minami then reached for the blade of the knife I was still holding in my hand and pulled it towards him blade first. What are you
お前
doing?
が命を無駄にするような人間じゃないのは知ってるけど、万が一ってこともあるから没収。
Oh, please. I know you're not the type to throw your life away, but just to be on the safe side, I'll confiscate this. You put the knife down on the table. I was surprised to see there wasn't a single drop of blood on his hand. Are you okay?
心配ありがとう。
He's like, I'm
でも
fine,
ね、
see?
血の通った悪魔なんて悪魔じゃないんだよ。
Hmm. Thanks, but you don't need to worry about me. Demons don't bleed. Is that gonna come back? Is he gonna bleed later? Is he gonna bleed later and that's how we're gonna know he's not a demon anymore?
さてと、面白い劇を見せてもらったし、教えてやるよ。
But you did manage to keep me entertained, so I'll tell you what you wanna know. Oh.
お前が電車に乗ったことに、俺は関係していない。
It wasn't me who put you on the train.
夢で言ったと思うけど、お前についていた死神みたいなストーカー野郎の仕業。
It was some god of death or something, the guy I told you about in your dream. What? A god did that? Why would a god do that to me?
知るわけないじゃん。お前が電車に乗ったら急にいなくなったし。
Don't know, but when you got on the train, the guy suddenly
で
disappeared.
も、聖者を聖者のまま地獄に送るなんて、神じゃなくて
Weird,
悪魔みたい
right?
だよね。
That's a demon's job. If what Minami said was true, then this god didn't sound like a god at all. What could that mean? No, now's not the time to figure that out. Thanks for sharing. I'll see you around, or hopefully not. Okay, bye.
やだ。帰るの無理。暇なんだけど、俺に付き合ってよ。
Ah, boo. Don't go back yet. Stay here. I'm bored. Hang out with me. Huh?
お前が怖がることはしないから。ねえ、いいでしょ？もう少しお話ししたい。
I won't scare you, please. Promise? Come on. Let's talk some more, please. Pretty please. He was acting like a kid in the candy aisle at a grocery store. I wanted to leave, but I was worried about what he'd do to me if I tried to walk away. Fine. We can talk for a bit. What do you want to talk about?
そんなのお前が考えるんだよ。俺を退屈させたら今度は目玉を舐めるから。
そうなのね。
That's your job to decide, but pick something good or I'll lick your eyes out. Lick? Lick. That's the choice we went with. I got too distracted. I only have one option. He's so terrible. What could I possibly talk about with him? Dislikes? I'm here to say I just finished chapter 7 on chapter 8. I don't want to finish this route. I love Seiya. I took too many screenshots. We're working our way there. We're gonna get there. Of all the places to lick, you want the eye? I mean, we don't kink shame up in here. I'm just surprised he'd pick licking as the way to remove an eyeball. You seem like someone who dislikes many things. What else do you hate? What else? Wait, what do you mean?
そんなのいっぱいありすぎて言い切れないって。
Too much to list. Couldn't possibly list everything.
あ、でも 最近すっごく嫌いなのはせいやかな。
If I had to pick something I hate most as of late, it would be Seiya for sure. Guess I should have assumed that. How about stuff you're not good at?
お前って分かりやすくていいね。それを知ったからといって俺をどうにかできると思ってるわけ？
I don't want to finish Seiya's route. I'm not ready to move on from him. I'm so sorry. But that's why you can replay it. That's the fun thing about owning the game. You can relive it. You're so transparent. Even if you find out my weakness, it's not like you could hurt me, you know? Oh, I doubt I could really confront Minami about anything after all. Anyway.
教えてやらないよ。お前は俺のことでいっぱいになってほしいんだから。
I'm not gonna tell you, okay? I want you to think only about
俺
me.
のことばっかり考えてよ。そんで俺にいっぱい時間費やして。俺を思ってるその表情が好きだから。
I'll be back fixing me something to eat right now. Nice, nice. I might be ending my stream here in about 20-ish minutes or at the end of this chapter, if I'm lucky. And then I'll be playing Virtue tonight when we get back home from the comic book store and picking up an order from Lowe's. Hopefully we pick up the order. I don't know if we have time. We'll see. I want you to think about me all the time. Also, Minami, I'll only think about Seiya during your route. I'm sorry. This guy's my type. I can't... I understand, Asia. I understand he's not your type, but this guy's my type, and honestly, I'm just sitting here giggling and kicking my feet the whole time. I want you to think about me all the time. I just love the look on your face when I'm on your mind. His smile, it's the same as when we first met. I wonder if everything Minami said just now was all an act. Asia fixing me some nibbits. Oh. I spent a little more time with him and eventually found the right moment to slip away. The whole thing made me feel uneasy and nervous, but I managed to gain some valuable information. Was vibing to the music. I know, it felt kind of like very Simish almost. Like, this is what a party's like. Phew! I walked around a lot. I realized I might be stuck here for some time, and it was best I memorized the roads. I can't move on from Seiya. You will move on from Seiya. Think about Sheen. Think about your other husbands. Though I'd rather not be in hell long enough to remember how to get around.
今大丈夫ですか？お話ししたいことがあります。
Do you have a moment right now? I'd like to speak with you. I guess. Seiya, hope you had a good day at
あ
work.
りがとうございます。ねぎらいの言葉をかけていただけるとは
Thanks. Hearing
嬉しい
such kind
限り
words
です。
from you just filled me with joy. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Don't start talking about Sheen. I need Toki no Kizoom right now. It's too much. There's too much. I'm really excited to see what P-Cube announces. I'm hoping they announce some new games. I want new games. There's actually something I want to talk about.
ほう、この短時間に何か行動をされたようですね。あなたの方から
Is that
聞きましょう。
P-Cubes? Is there a different one? Is it not just P-Cube? Which, just as a heads up, please no spoilers in the Discord about what's announced during P-Cubes. I'm going to be avoiding it as much as possible because I'm going to review it on the 12th. I'm going to do a small stream in the morning on the 12th. Asia's saving Minami for after Seiya. Is that so, right? I think so. Is that so? Seems. You've managed to accomplish a lot in your short time here. Well then, let's hear it. I went to see Minami and asked him some lingering questions I still
南
had.
に会いに行った。
You went to see Minami? His smile froze and I instantly felt nervous. But I just really need to get some information from him, so
なんと命知らずなのでしょう。あなたは死にたいのですか？そういう人間だったのですか？
how can you be so reckless? Do you have a death wish? Is that really the kind of person you are? I'm not, but I think I had to see him if I wanted to be able to return home. Minami is next, and then Koharu and Yukomaru, and lastly Toka. See, originally that was actually going to be my order, but I sat there and I looked at it, and part of me was like, I wanted to save this world for last because it felt like the one that has the most story in it. Because one, she's being stalked by Minami, and they're in hell. It feels close. But I love Seiya so much right now. I feel that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, why are you handing me this? What's in it? It's coffee. She added more creamer to it because apparently there wasn't enough for me. Also, my sister got this from Dunkin'. Look, we like Dunkin' more than Starbucks here. It's a rare thing. Going now before I go crazy about Seiya. I mean, like, first off, these two, okay. Aesthetic-wise, Seiya and Minami are, like, top. That's actually why another reason why I switched it, because I like Yukomaru's voice actor, specifically. Let's be honest with myself. I liked Yukomaru's voice actor more. That's why he had a higher spot. I still liked his route. His route, very enjoyable. I enjoyed it. But, like, is he gonna be my favorite? Is he making me squeal like a little girl? No, he's not. Minami is. Minami is. Besides, it wasn't dangerous at all. I met him in a crowded place. Minami's voice guided me there. I'm safe. Look how safe that is.
声は一度あなたの夢に現れ、思考に入り込んだのが原因でしょう。
The reason you heard his voice is because he entered your dream.
今後もあなたの思考を読んで
Let me
くる
chug
は
this
ず。
so I'm not drinking coffee
気
and
をつけなさ
soda.
い。心を無にする鍛錬をなさるのがよろしいでしょう。
You might be able to read your thoughts moving forward. Be careful. I suggest doing your best. Keep your emotions hidden from now on. Conceal. Don't feel. Don't let it show. Before I wondered how Minami knew where I was, but I guess that explains it. That sounds tough, but I'll try.
まあ、無事に帰ってきたようですし、よしとしましょうか。
You did return safely. I suppose that's good enough. Next time I see Minami, I should probably let Seiya know ahead of time. I need a mental note about that. I made a mental note about that and told Seiya about my conversation with Minami. Of course, I omitted the part about him licking my cheek. Why? Why keep that a secret? That was my favorite part.
神があなたをここへ。
So a god sent you here? Yeah, and Minami licked my cheek. Listen, I don't want to admit that. I want you to know that happened. Seiya gazed upward into the sky, lost in thought. Then eventually...
南の言うことが真実なのであれば、あなたは神に見入られたことになります。
Listen, you have no idea how much I can attract. I'm like a magnet. But for ghost. And what's that word? Ghost-like apparitions. And demons. And gods. And spirits. I feel like I'm forgetting something. More ghost. Those are also ghost. They're all ghost. Just a bunch of ghosts. If what Minami said is true, you seem to have attracted the attention of a god, Leah. I attracted a god? But isn't that strange that he would send me to hell? Like, dang.
まあ、神のなさることは理解しようにも難しいですから。
It's hard to understand the rhyme and reason of their kind.
ただ、確実に言えることがあります。神があなたを異界へやったのなら、これは神隠しにあ
He
ったと
said
言
it!
いま
That's
す。
the name. It's not the name of the game. But one thing is certain, if a god sent you here, then you truly have been spirited away. I've been hoisted. What? Spirited away? I heard that term before. I watched a
こう
movie.
いう各地の伝承と同じようにね。精神、あなたは大丈夫？
Yeah. 3 times the national average. Wait a minute. Was I spirited away just like in the legend of Nari Mikahama? Was I spirited away because I've been struggling to find my future path? Chased by a demon, stalked by a god, talk about rotten luck. Oh my gosh. Why me?
神のみぞ知るというところでしょうか。
God only knows, as they say, literally. Like,
あなたから悪夢の話を聞いて、神それぞれに役割があるのを思い出しましてね。
after hearing about your nightmare, though, I recall that each god has their own specific role. So you mean each god is different? Seiya nodded, continuing his explanation.
おそらくあなたについていた神は、人々に試練や苦行を与え、試している部類のものなのではと。
I believe the god following you wishes to test you with certain trials and tribulations. You think this god is watching me somewhere.
ここは地獄ですから、神が敷居をまたげるところではありません。
The concept that he would send us to hell without being able to keep an eye on us is actually kind of dark when you think about it. Like, think about that. Think about that for a second. Right now, not right now. We're in hell. Gods can't enter here. Minami had said the same thing, that I'd been taken here by a god, but again, all this information is coming from Minami. Do you think he would be lying? He's actually the one that brought me here? Like, he's blaming a god so he doesn't look bad? Like, literally choking me and licking my cheek didn't make him look bad?
悪くないと
Apparently I like that.
ですか。それはまた斬新ですね。
A demon concerned about his image, that would be new for me. Fair point. Then I guess Minami's telling the truth. Well, if a god did this to me, as you say us, then I suppose this really is some kind of divine test. I never imagined being angry with a god, but I was determined not to fail this test. If it's a trial, then there's at least a chance I can overcome it. I'll keep looking for a way home. I spoke with determination and saw Seiya smile
あな
back
た
at
の
me.
心が折れていないようで安心しました。
I'm relieved to see you haven't given up hope yet. Not yet.
神隠しと仮定するのなら、私に提案があります。
If we assume you've indeed been spirited away, then I have an idea.
随分と昔になりますが、あなたと同じ境遇の少女がここへ迷い込んできたことがありましてね。
A long time ago, another girl was spirited away to hell. What? Someone else was spirited away like me?
ええ。あの頃の私はここへ入ったばかりの新米で、
Back then, I was still a new hire at the
少
OHO.
女の存在に気づくのが遅れて、私が駆けつけた時にはすでに化け物に襲われた後。
By the time I noticed her presence, it was too late. She had been attacked by a horrible monster. He seemed truly remorseful as he recalled the events of that day. I felt guilty probing further, but I had to ask the question, what happened to the girl?
この地獄で朽ち果てたのです。
Share your trauma, baby boy.
未練のあった彼女は幽霊として今もうつしようをさまよっています。
We love a backstory. Let's go. She died here in hell. After that, her lingering regrets kept her from crossing over. She now wanders the mortal realm as a ghost.
私にできることといえば、彼女の遺体をこの地に埋葬するだけでした。
The only thing I could do for her was give her a proper burial here in hell. Given the circumstances, I think your kindness was the best thing you could offer her. I meant it sincerely. Perhaps I was putting myself on the girl's shoes.
あなたのその言葉こそ私の慰めになりました。ありがとうございます。
Your words are very comforting to hear. Thank you, Leah. I hadn't expected him to thank me, and I felt my cheeks blush slightly.
この間 私には2つの罪があることを話しましたが、今のがそのうちの1つです。
I mentioned before, but I bear two sins. That incident was one of them.
少女には今も時折会いに行っています。自分勝手な贖罪のために。
I still visit her from time to time. I do it to seek atonement for myself. She passed long ago, yet still wanders the mortal realm unable to find peace. Seeing Seiya's sorrowful expression, I understood his pain. Could it be... Are you trying to help me because I remind you of that girl, Seiya?
申し訳ありません。あなたには何の関係もない話だというのに。
Forgive me, this has nothing to do with you.
今度こそ無事に写し終え返したいのです。この自分勝手なわがままに付き合ってくれますか？
But this time, I'm determined to ensure that you return home safely. I know that seems selfish, but would you mind playing along? He extended his hand and I instinctively took it. I suppose we're both being selfish. I mean, you're the only one who could possibly help me get back to the mortal realm. Sung and Usher, you remind me of a girl that I once knew. See your face whenever I look at you. And it keeps going from there. Sorry, I meant you will absolutely 100% find a way to bring me home. I smiled and gently squeezed his hand. I'm surprised he's not acting more excited about this. I'm starting to understand Seiya more. I think I can trust him. Oh, there we go.
胸が
My heart.
今のはちょっといえかなり響きました。
Just now a little, no, a lot. My heart moved a lot. I didn't see his reaction. I didn't like his reaction. I attempted to withdraw my hand, but he held on to it firmly.
全身の血が駆け巡るような心地。久しぶりに感じました。
The feeling of my blood pumping through my body, it's been so long.
まあ、死んでいるのでそのようなことは起きないのですが。
His blushy face. Yeah, I like that his is like around his eyes, and then Koharu was like the corner of his like eyes. It's weird. Weirdly high blush. Whoa, down boy. No. He's a dede. He loves love. Technically I'm dead, so that can't actually be what's happening, but... So this was what it meant to be a hopeless romantic. Refers to Seiya, he seems to always be falling in love, which is nothing if not worrisome. Mega dede. But that's one person. He like loves anybody, I would assume. He's just picking her because she's the closest thing. Is it safe for me to stay here with him?
では、参りましょう。
Come, let's go. Go where? Go where? We talking to the dead? He guided me over to a large tube-like device in the room. Go? Where are we going? And what is this thing?
HO が使用している特別なエレベーターです。
This is a special elevator used by the
写し
HO.
終えつながっていて、罪人が逃亡した際に使用しています。
It connects to the mortal realm. We use it when the damned escape. What? It leads to the mortal realm. Why didn't I just use this to go home before? Did you think I didn't believe it would work before? Did you make me walk like 1,000 miles and end up going through trials and tribulations and meeting 3 strangers and being gaslit by a wizard just so I would believe that I could go home if I believed it?
残念ながら、聖者がこれを使用すると、システムエラーが発生すると報告されています。
Unfortunately, living beings trigger a system error. How convenient.
あなたの住む世界、写し代が、この隔離世のような世界へと変わってしまうらしいのです。
Using it would turn the mortal realm into something like the hidden realm. How did you find that out? I see. The disappointment hit hard, quickly dashing my hopes of a speedy return. Okay, plot hole. In Koyo's route, they were in hell and they went home on the train. So do they have control of the train? When they're technically not dead. And she's not dead technically, in that route, really, because she was just hit by a car. Truckun didn't finish the job. So, saying, if using the elevator changes the world into something like the Hidden Realm, then why are we bothering to use it?
今回に至っては問題ないのです。なぜならば、神隠しにあった少女、ユイさんを訪ねるのですから。
In this case, there's no problem. We're going to visit Yui, the girl I told you about who was spirited away before. Oh. Seiya quickly checked something on his smartphone.
現在の写し代の時刻は深夜2時42分。聖者のいない時間帯ですから。
I'm so confused. It's 2:42 a.m. in the mortal realm. There won't be many people around. Where are we headed?
あなたにゆかりのある場所、成見ヶ浜高校です。ユイさんはその学校の七不思議の一つとして数えられています。
To a place linked to you, Narimigahama High. Yui is one of the 7 wonders there. One of my 7 wonders? I get to meet one of the 7 wonders? I mean, I went to Niagara Falls, but this is exciting. The fact that this was somehow connected to a place I knew made me feel nervous and apprehensive. I swallowed hard.
覚悟はよろしいですか?
Are you ready for this? I nodded silently. Seiya motioned for me to enter the elevator. If Yui was in fact spirited away like me, she might know something useful. Yui versus Leah, the showdown for Seiya. I don't think Yui is attracted to any boys. She doesn't give the vibe that she had a crush on anybody. It was the first time I felt anything resembling hope since I arrived in hell. But how? I don't understand. Chapter 3! That's when I said I was going to stop streaming. Because I have to go to Samurai Comics to announce video games. Not video games, comic books. I'm awake. I'm playing a video game. Hang on. I know what I meant to say. Make sure I save, because sometimes I do my I'm going guys and I forget to save. What if I said please if he had killed me? We'll go back. We'll find out. Let's see if there's anybody to raid before I say bye today. And then we'll have Yui in our next stream. Yui brings me such joy. Blurdy's playing. Anybody else? Alright, looks like we're going to raid Blurdy. She's playing Infinity Nikki, which looks cute, by the way. I know a lot of people who are playing it. Please tell her hi for me, because I'm running to work. Just let her know I couldn't stick around. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for being here today. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember I stream about 3 times a week on Twitch, so you can check me out over there if you want to see what we're doing. Right now we're playing 9 R.I.P and Verche. So those are the games you can see me playing if you're over here. And for everyone here in chat, as a reminder, if you want to remember what we've done, you can check out the VODs on YouTube. Thank you so much, Delightful. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Lou. Not Lou. Lau. Thank you. There was so many people that stopped in just to say hi. Oh, Link. Thank you, Link. Thank you guys all for being in chat with me today. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will be streaming tonight when I get home. So remember, we're going to have a Verge late night stream tonight because I'm behind.